Chin up, chin up. Everybody loves a happy face. Wear it, share it. It'll brighten up the darkest place. Twinkle, sparkle, let a little sun shine in. You'll be on the right side, looking at the bright side up with your chinny chin chin. Chin up, chin up. Put a little laughter in your eyes. Brave it, save it. Even though you're feeling otherwise. Rise up. Wise up, let a little smile begin. You'll be happy-hearted once you get started. Up with your chinny chin chin. Now come on everybody, chins up. I said chins there. Yes, I can see you've got a problem. Yes, I know, love you. Double trouble, yes. Oh, I wasn't being sarcastic. How can I be sarcastic with the chin I've got? Look at it, 2.5 underweight to skin a boat. I'm not the president of the Pelican Club for nothing, you know. But if I can lift this, you can lift yours too. All right then? Stick it in the air and wave it about. Oh, chin up, chin up. Everybody loves a happy face. Wear it, share it. In the darkest place. Twinkle, sparkle, let a little sunshine in. You'll be on the right side, looking at the bright side up with a chinny chin chin. Chin down, let you down and turn round, starting clown and think. Sad your trouble, double think. Glad the ghost like bubbles. Chin up, chin up. Every little time your spirits will chin up, chin up. Keep your attitude and upward tilt. Twinkle, sparkle, let a little fun begin. You'll be on the right side, looking at the bright side up with a chinny chin chin. You'll be on the right side, looking at the bright side up. Keep your chinny chin up.
Some excellent advice there from Sir Bruce of Forsyth, who is actually spending some time being dead for tax reasons at the moment. Good evening, darlings, and a very wibbly, wobbly, willy waving warm welcome to Monday Night Live with me, Boaty, and my co-host, who what a time to ping me. Emma, have you got your volume turned up on some device? And have you got any sound? God, don't you love technology? God, we rehearsed this endlessly yesterday.
Hello, hello.
Oh, bloody hell. Hallelujah.
Can't get the staff these days, can you?
Right, excellent. Right, where were we? Oh, yeah. Welcome to...
Oh, hang on, I've lost the sound now.
Oh, God above. Shall I play the intro song again? Shall I just take my clothes off? Oh, dear. Bear with us, darlings. Consummate professionalism here. How's your day been? You have a good lunch?
Hello, can anybody hear me?
Yes, we can all hear you. Can you hear us? Bugger off, Neil. Thank you for that helpful ping there. Neil, aka the Gibbinator. Well, God only knows what my co-host is buggering about with. And there are no fewer than 46 of you watching, so we'd better get on with something, hadn't we? I've welcomed you to Monday Night Live. I've told you I'm Boaty, and I wasn't lying about it. The person that you can neither see nor hear is supposed to be my co-host, but God only knows what's going on there. She's having some sort of a train crash. So we'll try not to worry about that, and we will say hello to some people. I heard something there. Is that promising? The camera's waving around like a mad woman's underwear. What are you doing, woman? No, we haven't got a clue, and neither has she. Jimmy, God almighty, that's a bit close up. Jimmy Quinn is with us. Good evening, Jimmy. And Jimmy says, good evening, Emma and Boaty. And Captain Mustard popped in to say that he hopes to join us at about 11 o'clock. So that'll be nice. Hello. Charlotte Caslistani, I don't know, is popped in right early doors and says, how do you do? I do most awfully well, thank you. How are you? Lovely to meet you. Welcome to this shambolic attempt at a Monday night live stream. Hi and bye, Mustard says Tracy is with us, of course. And let me introduce Tracy, who I can call her by her first name. You lot can't. You lot have to call her Matron. And she will be on your screens in blue as the Greenwood. And the Greenwood is our community matron. So if you're feeling poorly, then have a word with her. And she's also in charge of imparting discipline within this community live stream. So if there's any sort of misbehaving whatsoever, then Matron will have you into the sanatorium and she will sort you out. What the bloody hell are you doing there? Oh my God.
Hello?
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 Can you hear me?
Yes. Every time you say, can we...
Oh my goodness.
Right, can you hear me?
Oh, yes, I think I'm sorted.
Hallelujah.
Hello.
Praise the bleeding Lord. God almighty, I can't have a glass of what? I can't have a drink until 11. And I really need one now.
Sorry for stressing you out.
What are you doing now?
Right. I'm faffing about.
What? Stop it.
Hello. I'm sorted now. Sorry.
Right, well.
Do I have to start again?
Got it. Well, introduce yourself.
Hello, my name's Emma, otherwise known as Emma Lemon, otherwise known as the M11, or otherwise known as Emma's Melon. And it's a pleasure to be here tonight to attempt something I've never done in my life. So, hi.
That's a fib. You did it yesterday lunchtime.
Well, you know.
Oh, Pingu Concord is with us and says, good evening to the lovely Lemon and the blubbery Boaty. Oh, well, thanks for that, Pingu. I love you too. And respectful salutations to Boss Lady Matron. I'll correct your social faux pas there, Pingu. May peace and good moderation be with you, O wise one. Gosh. Peter P is with us, says, hi there, Tracy. World of True Crime, who I know what his name is now. And I remembered it after yesterday's live stream. And I said that I can't remember your name, but I know it begins with S. And I was absolutely correct because his name is Carl. So I got that one right. Good evening, Carl. Welcome. John Stoodley is here with us. Hey, Chath. Hey, Boaty and Emma. Have you caught up with the comments, M11?
I'm just getting there. Carry on for a second if you don't mind, please.
I don't mind in the least.
Good boy.
And thank you. Andrew Buttigieg is here, who we know and love as Spotty Buddy. And he says a very good evening to our hosts, Boaty and Emma. And hello.
Hi, Andrew.
And hello to everyone in the live. Jimmy F500 is right here in our midst and says, wow. There's quite a crowd gathering here. I see we have a new bus. Congrats, Matron. The new M11 is opening and we're southbound. Absolutely right. Tricky chap, YouTube, says Peter P. And you're absolutely correct. It's a very tricky chap indeed. Yeah, spiteful little so-and-so at times. Just teasing trouble, says Matron. Quite right, Matron. You'll keep us on the straight and narrow. Neil is here. Neil Gibbons, a.k.a. the Gibbonator, a.k.a. the very, 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 very nice man. And he's a very nice man. And he says,
he's a very, very nice man.
He's a very nice man. Hello all, he says. how are we getting on? I've had an all right day. I finished work to find someone had hit my car and driven off without leaving details. I checked the CCTV at home and found it was the bin lorry. And I can confirm this is indeed the case because he sent me the video footage and the photographs of the damage on his poor chap. But Markham Motoring is with us. We love Markham Motoring. Good evening, everyone, he says. Looking forward to another entertaining live stream. What, have I done an entertaining live stream before? I must have even missed that one. Good. M11, are you now fully with us, caught up with the comments and ready to let rip?
Yes, I am. Would you like me to continue?
Yeah, please, go for it.
Okay, well, Project Nigel is here, and he says, I am here, by the looks of it, because he did say he wasn't going to be here till 11, didn't he?
He did.
Tracy's saying, hello, lovely mustard, earlier than expected. John Studley, bus travel, says, hey, mustard, mate. Neil, the very, very, very nice man, says, hey, Trace. And typical bloody council workers, they hit and drove off. I'll ping you the CCTV footage. My car is a mess. Oh, dear. And then we've got, yeah, very, very bad. Tracy says, tech issues. Yes, talk about the tech issues. Project Nigel says, gosh, this looks different. Tracy says, they've both buggered off. Or are we about to have the willy waving towel thrown together?
You should have a willy waving towel. Oh,
I have actually. I've got one.
Have you?
Yeah, look, mine's got spots. Mine's got spots on it.
Oh, well.
The reason,
go see Matron. She'll give you some medicine.
The reason I've got one is because I spilt my drinks just before, so I needed something to wipe it up with. So I thought, oh, well, at least I've got a woolly waving cloth in preparation now for the show.
Absolutely. We'll have a rousing chorus of wave your willy around the caravan later on.
Oh, yeah, okay. Well, later on, when you've had a few glasses of wine.
Indeed.
Neil, the very nice man, says, is that Emma in the picture at the back asking for a friend? Well, this is a self-portrait of me. And yes, this is a picture of me drawn by a friend. So yes, it is.
Hang on.
And that's a picture of me too.
Hang on. How can it be a self-portrait if somebody else drew it?
No, I drew this one. You
Which
can't
one?
really see. I don't know. There's a picture of me here, but I don't think you can really see it.
Are you naked in that one as well?
No, that's just my face.
Is your
the naked one was drawn by a friend.
And is your home just full of naked drawings of you?
Not of me, but there are a few other naked pictures of other people.
Interesting.
Tasteful. Tasteful.
Yeah, must be fascinating for the other children when they come around to your child's birthday.
No,
party.
they're very tasteful. Not this one.
Right.
I'd probably take that down if there was a child coming around for a party.
Okay.
So yeah, Tracy confirmed that it is me in that picture. Andrew Buttigieg says, Boaty has washed his dribble cloth. It must be a special occasion.
Well, now then, I've Spotty Butty. I've not washed my dribble cloth. I have upgraded my dribble cloth. This is one of my best ones that I very carefully stole from the Bellagio Hotel in Las Vegas. And I thought I'd treat you to one that, is actually white and hasn't had years of staff curry abuse. It's nice, isn't it? Let's see if I can still...
Is that a virgin willy waving cloth then? It's never been waved?
It has never been waved.
Oh my goodness, it's having its first wave this evening.
Yeah, but it's...
I shall pop mine there.
It's Yes, got it. Thank you so much.
Am I supposed to have a go at this?
Feel free.
Oh, amateurs.
Right.
Yeah.
Right, regular viewers. Tonight is going to be a little bit different if it wasn't already. So we are going to introduce some regular features that will feature on a weekly basis, but we're also going to have a topic that's there for discussion, should you wish to discuss it. And we'll have one for the first hour and then a second one for the second hour. And Emma has been in charge of choosing those. I've done the features. Emma has done the topics. So, Emma, over to you with the first hour's topic for Monday doings.
Thank you very much, Boaty. And before I do get into the topics, could I just remind everybody that if they do quite enjoy this live stream, they might want to click on the like button, subscribe, but also if they would like to join in with some of the topics, not only can they chat in the chat box, but they could ring the show on 07391 175 856, because we'd love to hear what you've got to say on some of the topics or features. And the first topic...
I was just going to say, yes, we would. And given the quality of this broadcast thus far, I doubt many people are going to be liking and subscribing. But, well, you know, it might get better. But, you never know.
Boaty, can I also add in what you said earlier, which is if you get any super chats this evening, you're willing to drop your trousers. Is that still the case?
Absolutely, 100%.
That means you won't get any, doesn't it? Oh, well.
Look, I'm poised. I'm literally poised.
He's ready. Come on, guys. Super chat.
The moment the super chat comes in, they're going down.
Come on. Who wouldn't want to see that? Anyway, I shall introduce the first topic. So we thought we might talk about, well, I thought, because apparently it was down to me, personal insecurities. What hang-ups do you have about maybe yourself, your image, your personality that you feel insecure about? Not only to, you know, the opposite sex, but just in general. Perhaps I'll start with saying my insecurities. So get all your juices flowing. So I've got...
It's not going to be that sort of live stream, is it?
Well, you know, we always hope, don't we? So, I mean, like most women, I suppose, excuse me, I have, you know, I'm a bit insecure about my weight because I had a horrendous time the last couple of years, which meant I gained weight. But I'm doing something about that now. So it's not a huge insecurity because, you know, it's something I can do something about. There are a couple of things that I could say are insecurities, but I've learned to live with them. I've learned, you know, I've learned that I'm a weirdo, and I've just learned to live with them. But the things that could be insecurities for me, I've got two of them. So one of them is the fact that I was born with a squint where my eye looked in at my nose. And after an operation, to correct that squint, sometimes this eye decides to go where it wants. So it will go wandering over there. You'll probably notice it sometimes to think, what's going on with that eye? What's the deal with this eyeball? But it goes wandering, and people wonder what on earth, where, you know, think, is this some kind of freak, this eyeball wandering where it wants to? So that's one of them. And the other insecurity I've got is I have tics. I suffer from tics. So sometimes I'll be blinking, sometimes I'll be twitching, waving my head. I'm sure you all know what tics are. I don't have Tourette's syndrome, but it's just something I've always had. And, you know, I sometimes think, you know, if I catch myself on video and I see myself twitching away, I think, oh, my goodness, you know, that was a bit of a twitchy night or whatever. But I've learned to live with that. It's part of me. So, you know, I apologize to all viewers if they see my eyes. Whoa, blimey, that's loud. Yes, get that call. Answer that phone.
Well done. Good evening, mystery caller.
Hello, this is Sean from the Valleys.
Sean, how are you,
Hey,
mate?
Sean. Hey, Sean.
Two screens.
Yeah. We're
You must have thrown some money into the budget.
Oh, come on, you know better than that. You know better than that. This isn't one of those posh things that you do. It's not StreamYard or anything like that. This is your bug basic, free to end user YouTube split live stream with no bells or whistles whatsoever. And we managed to bugger this up largely. How are you, mate?
Not warning about that. I was on StreamYard and it said click this button. So I clicked it and I completely forgot that my credit card details were already on the account. So, £38 later, I've signed up for their highest subscription when I didn't mean to.
Well, I avoid things like that by having all of my credit cards very close to their maximum limit. And I do the same thing with my bank account. So if anybody were to hijack my bank account, they would suddenly be responsible for a sizable overdraft.
I'm actually in the process of closing some of mine down because I realised I had about 8, and they all have the same amount in them, which was 0.
Well, it's a nice round figure, isn't it? How are you? Because you've been poorly, haven't you?
I have. I went out for a walk last week, a community walk, and there was an 8-year-old there, and all she did was cough and splutter.
Oh
and
dear.
I thought, you should have really stayed in the house. So I came home, and about an hour later, I had the sweats, but feeling cold. I was sick, stomach was hurting, and that lasted for about 6 hours. I went to sleep and I woke up and it was fine, gone.
Oh well.
But
Short but sweet then.
Quite drained.
Sound.
But I've got some breaking news, and you've got to hold on to your hats.
Oh, are you holding on, M11?
Well, I haven't got a hat on. I hold on to my hair.
Yeah, I'll do the same.
We have had hot sunshine in Wales today.
Bloody hell.
And then I realised I still had my winter coat on.
Well, a sensible precaution given where you live. I should, for those who don't know, I'm sure most of you do, but the gentleman on the other end of this phone line is a lovely chap called Sean James Cameron. He has a YouTube channel that's much more successful than this absolute pile of piffle. And he's a very nice chap. We have recorded a video together, and we're planning to do a couple more, aren't we?
Yes. If we can get our PAs to sort out the dates.
Oh, well, you say that jokingly. I've got one now. Have a look. There is a name in blue in the chatty bit. And that is our community matron, who is also apparently my personal manager. And it's...
I am watching this on the big TV set, so I can't really see the comments on the site because I've got over 50 now, and things are starting to drop off, as they say. The knee is hurting and the eyes are going.
Yeah. This is what you'll find. But you're still in one piece, and you're still a fine-looking chap.
I'm actually going to go and have a diabetes test just to be on the safe side.
It doesn't hurt to have an MOT, does it?
But talking about insecurities, I spent a lot of my 40s staying in the house, and I couldn't sort of pinpoint the reason why. But I just didn't, as somebody who was always on the West End scene, going out to all the shows and the after show parties, suddenly I just stopped. And I pinpointed it down to the fact that my hair started going.
Ah, okay.
But it took a while to realise it. So now I've got to the point where it just needs to be kept short all the time.
Well, M11, this is over to you. This is on your topic.
Well, I think that's very common for a lot of guys. I think it's something, because obviously for guys, that's a big thing that changes as they get older. Not for all of them, but yeah, for a lot of them, I think that is something. I've heard a lot of friends I've got have said that their partners struggled with the same thing, and they did end up just shaving it. But then, I think I don't know if I can speak for everybody, but for a lot of people of this kind of age, you do get to a certain point where you just sort of accept who you are, flaws and all, because actually I think that's what makes people interesting. And also, by the time we get to our age, we're more interested in the character, I think, than whether someone is losing their hair or something. We're not. None of us are perfect at this age. Well, maybe some celebrities are, but they're probably airbrushed. So I wouldn't worry about it.
It's an interesting thing, isn't it? We were talking about this the other night, that when you see a sizable change like that in yourself, then in your own mind and in your own eyes, it's probably a lot more magnified than it would be externally for other people, you know. I mean, male pattern baldness is so common that it's not like anybody would turn and look at you in the street and say, good God, there's a man there with no hair. And
that's a very good point. Yeah.
And equally, most of the people that we encounter, I guess, are not long-term people. The longest-term people are going to be like family and very, very old friends. And let's face it, they're not going to give a tinker's cuss, you know, how you change in terms of appearance. And the other people are the people that have known you for a shorter space of time, and they probably only know you the way that you are now. So it's interesting.
Yeah, that's a very good point. I think that if the thing that's your insecurity is something that's very common, there's not going to be that many people. There's not going to be anybody, I don't think, that's going to really point you out and think, oh, that's a bit strange. So that's quite a comforting thought for anybody who has a similar, you know, thing for that. And it's the same with the weight thing. Like I said, there's a lot of people are a bit overweight. So I don't think many people are pointing and saying, oh, my goodness, look at that person.
I've just seen a comment on the screen go up by Jimmy F500.
Okay.
I'm just trying to get a closer look. He's talking about the fact that he had a stammer when he was a child. I developed one at the age of about 6, and it still comes and goes at the moment, but I've pinpointed it to, on days when it's really bad, it's usually when I've got less than £100 in the bank account.
Bloody hell, I'd never get a word out edgeways.
But I just found that quite strange, how you do all this therapy and it just comes down to something as simple as, you know, if I've got over 100, then I seem to be okay.
Well, that's kind of just a basic anxiety trigger, though, isn't it? I think that if there's anything that makes us particularly anxious, then on a psychosomatic level, that will trigger. It could trigger pretty much anything, couldn't it? I mean, I know that stomach problems are very, very commonly linked to stress and anxiety. And bizarrely, psychologically, back problems can very often be psychosomatic. The brain sometimes works in odd ways. And
well, I knew somebody from Yorkshire who had a problem, and he spent thousands going to every doctor that he could find. And they basically just said, there is nothing wrong with you. It's just, you know, he had developed something in the head. And one day he just got up and said, right, I haven't got this problem anymore. And he just went.
Well, you know, the mind can be a powerful healing tool, can't it?
So,
yeah, same with IBS. IBS is linked to anxiety.
I want to ask, where is the lady on the left based? She looks in a very sunny spot. She looks like she's in California or somewhere.
Norwich.
Oh, well, close enough.
Yeah, same thing basically, isn't it?
In Norfolk, East Anglia.
Well,
I wish I was somewhere sunny.
Lovely to hear your voice, Sean, and glad you're feeling better now, mate.
Yes, and we'll catch up soon. Just one parting comment. When I tuned in, I thought you weren't going to do the vertical video.
We absolutely weren't, but you don't. If you do a joint on YouTube, they don't give you the option. You can only do it vertically. So this is through necessity rather than choice. I don't like the vertical, and obviously all of the others, my own live streams, they will remain horizontal the way that God intended it.
Well, I will donate £5 if you keep your trousers up.
Deal.
Don't be such a spoil sport.
Take care, Sean. Thanks for calling.
Bye, Sean. Thanks for calling, Sean. Bye. Well, that was interesting.
It was, wasn't it?
Shall we see if anybody in the comments has got any insecurity? Did you have any insecurities, Boaty, that you would like to share?
No.
Okay. I thought you might just chat while I worked out where we were with the comments. Right, where were we up to? Do you have any idea where we're up to? If you do, please fire away while I work it out. We're very professional here. Oh. I've lost Boaty on my screen. I don't know if you can see me or him. I don't know if anyone. Hello, can you hear me now?
I can hear
I've got you back. I've got you back. I lost you on my screen for a bit. Could you see me?
Right. Okay, well.
I couldn't hear you or see you for a bit, so I didn't know if I was still in the room.
No, that was a me problem. This is all a bit of a learning curve, isn't it? Now, for some reason, when Neil rang, then it picked up on that phone as well as, so it picked up on the camera phone as well as on this phone. So, but Sean's didn't. Now, Sean rang me on a different number. He didn't ring me on his private number, which I've got saved. So I don't know if that's why it was, because it was a recognised contact. It pinged up on that phone as well. So that's right. So that's something we need to learn for the future. I need to learn how to disconnect the two, because they're separate phones. They've got separate numbers, but it's something about Apple or iPhone stuff that with some numbers, if one rings, they both ring. I need to work out how to stop that happening.
So do we need to say that ideally if anybody calls in, they need to withhold their number?
Well,
today?
Yeah, I'm not 100% sure that was the issue.
Okay.
But so I don't know. We're just gonna have to play it by ear.
Okay. So when you hung up, did I then reappear? Did it then go back to normal?
When Neil hung up.
Yeah. How did you get me back in the room? Was it when Neil hung up?
You haven't gone. No. You didn't go anywhere. I did. I disappeared.
That's what I mean. So it was when you hung up that you reappeared. Is that correct?
Yeah.
Okay.
Because basically, that phone picked up the phone call to this phone, which knocked out YouTube temporarily. So it stopped filming because it thought it was receiving a phone call.
Okay, right.
Right. There's nobody calling right now. I didn't ask you. Siri's going mad. Siri's going mad now on my iPad.
Even Siri wants to join in.
Take over and read out some comments while I try and sort a couple of things out.
Right, let's see where we were. Yes, right. So let's see. Dribble cloth. We've gone past the dribble cloth. Right, I'm gonna go from here because I think we got up to here. So sorry if I've missed any. I don't think. Andrew Buttergeek says, is that another call coming in? Did the phone ring?
Hold on 1 second. Right, hopefully I'm still here. Good evening, Mr. Recorder. Hello?
Hello?
Where's my mystery caller gone? Oh,
They're just trying to interrupt your doings, aren't they?
Yeah, but at least
Right.
that one didn't cut me off YouTube.
Yeah, no, it didn't cut you off, but it was like, it might have cut you off for no reason. So anyway, it didn't. And I think I've got to where we were in the comments.
Okay.
So, I might be repeating, I'm not sure, but I'll go from here because I think it's a safe place. Andrew Buttergeek says, Boaty has washed his dribble cloth, must be a special occasion. We haven't had that one, have we?
Yeah.
Oh, for God's sake. Have we really? I don't know where we were. Oh, of course, because I wasn't here for the beginning.
Oh, no, let me have a look.
Yeah, I don't know where we're up to. Can't get the staff these days, can you?
Bloody hell, Trace. Where can I buy Boaty a copy of that? Says Neil, talking about the talking about your picture on the wall. Sarah Parsons, the lovely Sarah Parsons from my other community is here. She said she might pop in, and she has. So hello, Sarah. Lovely to see you.
Hi, Sarah. I found the right spot now, by the way.
Oh, okay. Bad Books is here and says good evening all. And right, you can crack on then.
Right, okay. Well, mine's in a slightly different order to yours, so I'll read this out because it seems to be shuffled in a different order. But I've got Stephen S. Paul saying, hello, Boatman.
Have you swapped off top messages onto all messages?
No, but I find even when I watch your show, it comes just slightly different.
Okay.
So he said, Stephen S. Paul says, hello, Boatman and Emma. Hello, Stephen, and hello to the rest of you.
Good evening.
Tracy replies to Neil and said, you'll have to ask Emma. You've said that one, haven't you?
Yeah.
Peter P says, Emma's channel merch, perhaps. No, that's a friend of mine sells these pictures, so I can't start selling them. She sells them. That's up for sale on my friend's website, I think. Excuse me. Neil says, I'll ask her to show him in person when we go camping. Interesting idea, Neil. Tracy and Sarah are saying hi to everybody. Charlotte Callistone says, there's no copyright on this song, referring to the Brucey song. Bertie, do you want to answer that one?
No, there isn't.
Trisha Alderman says, hi, Emma, Jason, and all in chat. Hi, Trisha. Lord Stiff Upper Lip Stiff Upper Lick says, hello, Duck. And Tracy says hi to Trisha. People are saying hello to each other. Chaz Brown says, if this was rehearsal, I'll eat my hat. Where's my hat gone? Tracy says, it's like the Woody Show all over again with these tech issues. And Jimmy F500 says, fire your servants, Emma. Bad Book says, great, you sorted the volume out, Boaty. Dave Smith says, is this OnlyFans? I don't have OnlyFans. Tracy's talking about technical things. Jimmy Quinn says hi to Dave. Dave Smith says, when does the quiz start? Well, that's an interesting idea, maybe for some future videos. More people saying hello. Peter P says 50 viewers. Boaty, send a photo now. Did you promise to send a photo at 50 viewers? And I think that we promised to do something at a super chat, didn't we?
Oh, no, I said I'd send you a naked photograph if we got 50 views on the last one.
Oh, right. All right, go on then. Pop off and get the photo done while I read some more comments.
Okay.
Off you pop.
Popping up.
Thank you. Don't send it to my phone, though, because I'm streaming on it. Send it after. Chris McGuire says, evening, Emma and Boaty. And Sarah Parsons said, did you have the day off today, Boaty?
Yes, thank you.
Jimmy Quinn says, I think Norwich is having an earthquake. That must be regarding my phone shaking earlier. Tracy is reminding you to pin some things onto the doodah. What's it?
Oh, bugger it. I forgot that.
You could do it now. It can be done now. There's no urgency. It was because of all the faffing at the beginning, wasn't it?
Yeah.
Sarah Parsons is welcoming me. Thank you, Sarah. Andrew Buttergeek says, unwonking the camera, Boaty. And Neil is laughing at Emma's melons. Why? What's so funny about them? Oh, now you pinning that has made my thingy go wonky. Hang on a minute. Emma's melons.
I apologize.
No, Jimmy Quinn is saying hi, Hattie Jakes.
Oh,
You know, a girl can go off somebody, Jimmy. I've given you a lot of chat over on Twitch. It's a bit below the belt, don't you think?
he could have meant me.
He could. Does that make me Sid James?
Yeah, why not?
Got to be me. Hi, Sherry. She's here. And she said, okay, I have to be in and out. Probably mostly out. She's doing the hokey cokey tonight. But I wanted to wish you luck at the top. Thanks, Sherry. And just let me ask Boaty. I tried to check out the Snapchat and they charge you a monthly fee? That's what she's asking you, Boaty.
I know nothing about Snapchat. I'm not on Snapchat. I have nothing to do with Snapchat. So, not a clue.
Tracy says, calling me matron is making me feel like slipping into my nurse uniform. Yes, I do have a proper one for my days as an extra. Tracy, next Twitch, fancy dress. Jimmy Quinn says, I knew you get it, Tracy. And Sophie says, hello, everyone. How are we all? Hello, Boaty and Emma Lemon. Hi, Sophie. Hope you've had a good bank holiday.
Sophie.
Let us know what you've been up to. And she says, what a lovely house you've got, Emma Lemon. Oh, thank you very much, Sophie. It's only a rented house, but I do my best with it. Tracy says, hi, lunatics. Lunatic's here saying hello. Lunatic Ninja number 5. Andrew Buttergeek says, spotty one. And John Studley Bus Travel says, this is my new YouTube channel, Emma and Boaty and Chat, in case anyone wants to subscribe to John Studley's new YouTube channel. It's John Studley Bus Travel. Mark on Motoring is here. He says, you're doing well so far. I was once invited to collaborate on a live stream and the technical issues were so bad at my end, we had to abandon it. I thought we were going to have to do that tonight, to be honest, Mark. I've not been invited since. Hooked on Classics, lovely Simone. She's here. She says, good evening, one and own. Hi, Simone. How are you? Hope you've had a good bank holiday as well. Stephen S. Paul says, LNN number 5. Oh, he's saying hello to number 5. And HW100 says, Boaty, why is your sound so bad?
I wasn't aware that it was.
It might sound slightly different, perhaps, because I'm here. So we had to faff about with the sound, and maybe it comes across slightly different. I can hear you perfectly fine.
Oh, good. Well,
which is the main thing.
Yeah, exactly. don't worry about
That's the most important. Don't worry about them. Tracy says, is anyone else having sound issues with Boaty? Sounds fine to me. So our mod is here checking out the technical details. She's doing her job properly. Dave Smith says, I thought the picture on the right-hand side was Boaty. What, the naked one? His bum isn't that big, is it? Tracy's laughing at that. Sherry says, I see you switched sides of the bed. Oh, I'm on a different side. I hadn't even realised that.
Oh.
That's strange. Well, on the camera, I'm on the right, but on the PC, I'm on the left. Interesting. That might be when things got cocked up with the phone call. Perhaps.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, you are. You're on that side there and this side here.
Right, we're learning. It's a learning curve.
It is.
But at least, main thing is we're both on the screen. Let's not worry about it.
Yeah. It'll all make sense after 11 o'clock when the wine comes out.
And no one will care then.
Well, yeah. I certainly won't.
Neil Gibbons, also known as the Gibbonator, also known as a very, very, very nice man.
He's lovely.
He says, anyone else got the vibe that Emma is Boaty in female form? Is that a compliment?
Almost.
They're a match made in heaven or hell, depending on your opinion. And Andrew Buttigieg says, and donate now. If you like. We'll have a whip round at the end. Dave Smith says, Jimmy, phone in. And Andrew Buttigieg says, Neil, I thought the same. Peter P says, Neil, they should get a tent together. What a fantastic idea, Boaty.
It's a thought.
I'm going to let me get my cloth out. Sorry, I had a bit of a hot flush then. Sophie says her phone's going to die. I hope you last a bit more of a distance than that, Sophie. Tracy says, Neil, I knew they were twins. Dave Smith says, go on, Jimmy. I will if you go first regarding speaking about phoning in. Don't forget, anybody, if you want to tell us about your insecurities, please do give us a call. You don't have to, but, you know, if you want to. Neil says, they will end up sharing a tent. We just need to accept it. Trace, bring ear defenders. And Jimmy Quinn says, it looks like a cheap Good Morning show.
Yes.
We're better than
Mission
Good Morning.
accomplished. That is exactly the look that we were aiming for.
Hey, I thought we were trying to be a bit upmarket. Earlier when you said upmarket, you said posh. Posh was your word. You didn't say cheap. If you wanted cheap, I could have done cheap.
What more do you want? Look.
Yes, I'm glad you dressed up. Actually, you're not half naked out the shower this week.
No. You see, I made an effort.
Good boy. Look, when I go on a date with a guy, I like him to make an effort, not like turning up in just his boxers and then falling over halfway through the action. Anyway, still, that's the story of your life, isn't it?
Well, it's certainly given us an insight into your romantic life. I don't know about anything else.
Right, so Tracy is laughing at Neil. Jimmy Quinn saying hello to Neil. Sure, everyone's saying hello to each other for a bit there. Simone says, I'm not sure. I would feel
popped up at this point because everybody started to say hello.
Oh yes, everyone said hello to Sean. So hi, if you're still watching, Sean, everyone says hello to you when you're on the old blower. Simone says, I'm not sure I would feel confident enough to talk about my foibles, and that's absolutely fine, Simone. You know, there's no pressure at all. It's just a topic I thought could be interesting if people want to share. And I also actually probably partly wanted to explain my wonky eye and tics before anybody started to wonder what on earth was going on.
What I will share with you is that immediately before this live stream, I had a long hot bath. And I've got a kind of bath sponge thing that's soft on one side and slightly coarser on the other side. And I gave my foibles a damn good cleansing with the rough side. So
that sounds like a sponge. It sounds like a sponge you're supposed to clean the bath with, not clean your foibles with.
Yeah, well, multitasking, innit?
Are you getting all the dead skin off?
Yeah.
Did you manage to got all the cheesy bits removed? Good.
You could eat your dinner you could eat your dinner off my foibles now.
Well, thank you for that invitation, Boaty. I'll take you up in it later. Anyway, the Greenwood says, I'll first bit of nonsense.
Flannel if you're looking.
Well, maybe if we get to 60 viewers.
60 viewers and I'll get my bum flannel out. There you go.
There's enough you can't refuse. You've got the willy waving cloth, now the bum flannel. Right, so.
I've got it handy
Tracy,
since I washed it.
Well, pop and get it now then.
Oh, okay.
Get it ready so when we get to 60 viewers, you've got it beside you. Or later on, maybe just get it out and wave it about.
Well, I've got it.
So,
here.
anyway.
It's concealed within my jacket.
Right, good. So Tracy says, yay, my first bit of nonsense that I got to delete from Boaty's chat. She's doing her job, apparently, so that's good. Oh, excuse me. Jimmy says hi to Simone. Simone says hi to Jimmy. Sarah Parsons says, yes, we have. Bit of sunshine. She's talking about the sunshine. That must be when Sean was talking. Simone said we had a lovely sunny day too. Lovely and warm. Pompey JR Mac 89. Is that a familiar name to you?
No, never seen it before. So welcome.
Hello, virtual dating is crazy, he or she says. Welcome. Do chat a bit more. Let us know a bit about yourself. And do subscribe if you like what you're seeing.
Well, subscribe anyway.
Yeah, just subscribe anyway. I'm sure there'll be something one day you'll find interesting on this channel. Andrew Buttergeek says, has Sean got his shed up yet?
No, he hasn't, Andrew. And it won't be going up. Sean has given up his apartment. Very wise. Person actually going to speak, or are they going to hang up like the last two? Let's see. Good evening, mystery caller.
G'day, mate. It's Clayton Cares and Matt Rass from Life.
Hey!
How you doing, son? All right?
I'm good, mate. How are you?
Yeah, we spoke last night, but it was a good laugh, all right?
Yeah. Say hello to
Hey, have you got your shrimp on the barbie tonight?
Keep your better community and all that.
Yeah.
So we can come in for coffee, mate, right?
Oh, it's going to be, well, actually, it's not going to be too far away, probably within the next 3 or 4 weeks. I'm trying to sort out another filming trip with Sean, and we're going to be doing Barry Island. Barry Island, isn't it? But it's since the announcement of the new Gavin and Stacey episode, then Barry Island's getting a bit of attention, so I'd like to strike while the iron's hot.
Barry Island, I know. Well, nice, yeah. Yes. If you go, I know a guy called Thomas, and you have good business near Barry Island, yeah?
Oh, yeah.
You sure to look him up, mate, yeah? No diplomatic community and all that, yeah?
Right.
Give us a bell when you at Starbucks and we need you for coffee, yeah?
I will do, mate, and I really appreciate it. It'd be really cool to meet you.
Yeah, coffee and the cafe, mate, all right?
You're on, mate.
We're going to go chuck some shrimp on the barbie now, mate, all right?
Have a great night. Thanks for calling in.
All right, thank you also.
Catch you later.
Bye.
Bye-bye. Oh,
It's very busy line.
Yeah,
I knew
absolutely.
I knew he'd be putting some shrimp on the barbie. I knew it.
Yeah, of course. So I was just telling Ivor Spotty Botty that Sean has given up his allotment. It was well, if you watch the videos, you'll know what I'm talking about. If you don't watch the videos, you won't be interested. So so no, the shed isn't up and it's not going up. Chris Bowen is here and says, "Evening, Boaty and Emma. Nice to see you. Hope you're both well."
Hi, Chris.
Kind. Oh, Dino Dad is here. Ross, good evening. Emma, Boaty,
Hi, Ross.
and Chat.
Hi, Ross.
Then Jimmy F told us about his stammer, which Sean covered. The one thing I still have in abundance is my hair, says Andrew, talking about personal insecurities, the topic of discussion in hour 1. Next hour, we've got another one. Or you can carry on with this one if you want. And I'm with you on that, Andrew. The one thing that I wouldn't need to be insecure about is my hair. It's just everything south of my hair that has become a major disaster or a general accident or something of that nature. Yeah, 52 in the chat, says Stephen S. Paul. And then there are some hidden comments, so this is good. Somebody's been naughty and been timed out. Somebody's been put on the naughty step.
Is that by Matron Tracy?
Yes.
Tracy's doing a job.
If you use StreamYard, say Simone, you can keep horizontal with no problems. Yeah, but that costs money, Simone, and we're poor. Is Sean the guy that you went to your Welsh home with, asked Sarah Parsons? Yeah, that is the lovely Sean, and he really is a genuinely lovely chap. I'm very fond of him. And Jimmy Quinn says, what? Oh, God, no. Oh, and then I disappeared. Paddy's here, that guy from SETI Alpha 5, and he says, it'll have to be a flying visit. I'm working in Florida this week. God, how exciting.
Okay, for some, wow.
Yeah, he's got such a cool job, him and his wife, Karen. They have told us about it, so I'm not talking out of school. And it is such a cool job. I mean, it sounds cool anyway. I'm sure it'll have its issues like most jobs do, but there we are. And yeah, everybody's saying that I've disappeared.
Stephen S. Paul says Boaty went off for a wank. And Dave Smith says Boaty is gone, let's party. Right, so when did you return?
And Jimmy Quinn said, I'm glad he's effed off. That's nice, isn't it? With friends like you, who needs enemies?
You're being a bit mean to us tonight, Jimmy. What's happened?
Oh, dear. And, hello. Tifa Best Pal says hello. And Trace says, hi. Best Pal. Everyone say hi to Tifa Best Pal. He's one of my loonies from Twitch.
Yeah, we've chatted on Twitch, haven't we, best pal?
Oh, well, very good evening to you. Welcome to this alternative community. Neil says, Trace, I'll sort the camping group out tomorrow and I'll tell you the worst date story.
Can't wait for that, Neil.
Oh, then loads of messages have been deleted by Matron. Matron's really got off on one.
How did you survive without a moderator, Boaty?
Well, I didn't do vertical live, so we didn't get random people popping in.
True.
But
True.
the random people are very welcome, and you're more than welcome to hang around. Sean says, so if you want to take Boaty off the screen, all you have to do is phone in. Well, it's only happened the once. I've got no idea what happened there. But yeah, if you want to get rid of me, that's worth a try. Charlotte says traveling to unfamiliar areas. That's interesting because that could be a physical, logistical thing, or it could be a metaphorical stroke emotional thing, couldn't it? Yeah. Lol, Sean, can you keep ringing him? Says Sarah. Neil has just bought 10 copies of your naked photograph. Hello from Cardiff, says Tracy, and it's my lovely Tracy from Singles. Oh,
hi, Tracy.
Hello, Tracy. Bless you for being here. Tracy has actually appeared on one of my videos, but not in person. When I collected, if you can remember this far back to just over a year ago, I went down to Southampton to collect Wet Leg Von Titty Biscuits, my MGF. And for some content for the video on the way back, because I knew the car had a Bluetooth stereo in, I asked people to call me to keep me awake on the journey home and you know, provide a bit of content for the collection video. And Tracy was one of the lovely people who gave me a ring. So there we are. So that's nice. Welcome, Tracy. Neil says, Tracy, with a picture of Emma and the mental image of Boaty's witch. I've got the image well and truly stuck in my head. Oh dear. Boaty, freeze your wine, says Matron. I did it. It's in the freezer. The fancy dress is noted, Emma, and that's Matron again. That would be a laugh, says Neil. We can dress Boaty up as a scout leader when we go camping. Greetings from Italy.
Hi, Lee.
Says Lee. How are we pronouncing that? La Coccia, maybe. But buongiorno. Ollie Owls is here. Evening, JPH. My lovely friend Trace. You know Ollie Owls. My lovely friend Steve. You'll know him from eBay. He's one of those people we've known forever. And on that note, it's time for some wine. So I will hand over to my glamorous co-host, the M11.
Well, thank you very much, Boaty. I shall continue.
Tracy says you, and then get onto the second half topic.
The next topic. Yeah. Well,
bloody hell!
Oh, what are you doing? Oh my goodness! Before I go on to the next topic,
yes.
Did you at the start talk about our new feature, the non-news item of the day of the week?
Oh yeah, the non-news story of the week.
Shall we do that? It's sort of a little in between thingy.
We could do. Let's do that. But can I get my wine?
Well, shall I do my non-news story of the week while you're getting your wine?
Yeah, and then I'll do mine.
Okay, so we decided to have this feature every week, non-news story of the week, where we will bring to you the most pointless news stories we've managed to find. And I've picked this gem from the Northern Echo, which came out on the 1st of May. The headline was, Darlington second-hand bookshop reveals new shelves. And it's regarding Darlington Lions Club charity bookshop. And the article goes on to say, they have decided to invest in brand new bookshelves for the front unit of the bookshop to better display the books. A spokesperson for the shop said, we have invested in new display shelves in the front unit of our charity bookshop, so we have more room to display our rare or more valuable books and our new stock. So I hope you will all agree that that is a very, very interesting article. It was worth being published in the Northern Echo this week. Boaty, are you back yet to do your article?
Right, now, I am going to very cleverly do 2 features for the price of 1, if I can get this to work. And then I'm going to give away some channel memberships. So make sure that you've got gifts accepted at the top of your chat thingy. Then as soon as I announce that I'm going to give away some free channel memberships, a thing will pop up, click on it and click the thing that says accept gifts. And as long as you've got that clicked, or I think if you click on the $sign down at the bottom of the chat now, I think maybe you can do it that way as well. Cheers, your very good health, bottoms up. And then you will be in with a chance of receiving a free channel membership with all of the perks that entails. But, so, I'm now going to cross 2 features. The feature that Emma has already announced, non-news story of the week, but I'm also introducing another feature called Chlachor News. Now, and so this is a non-story of the week, but it is also the first element of Chlachor News, where I bring you news from Chlachor, which is spelled L-L-W-C-H-W-R. Good luck pronouncing that. And here is my non-story of the week, which comes from the Chlachor weekly newspaper, and the headline is Tables Turn. And the story is Chlachor Town Council has decided to stack its new welfare hall tables differently to see whether it would prevent them from being damaged. So there you go. That is my non-news story of the week and my first episode of Chlachor News.
Don't you think, Boaty, everyone's going to sleep better tonight knowing that Darlington's got new bookshelves and Chlachor are stacking their tables with a better method? I think that's fantastic.
You wait until next week's. I'm going to cross features next week as well. And
it's going to blow their mind.
Next week is going to be a barnstormer. It's going to blow Chlachor News right out there. It's going to go viral.
You ain't seen nothing yet, guys. You ain't seen nothing yet.
Exactly. Right. Are you going to introduce the topic for hour 2 and then we'll catch up with some more comments?
Right. So the topic for hour 2, we thought we would talk, well, I suggested we might talk about age gap relationships. Have you been in an age gap relationship? You know, a reasonably large gap. Did it work for you? Did it not work for you? Why? Why not? I shall briefly, as briefly as possible, because I've had quite a few age gap relationships, run through a few of mine. So I, as a teenager, I was very, very much attracted to much older guys. I think it was probably because of the level of experience compared to, you know, idiots of my age. So I had quite a few. My first relationship, my very first, I am going to refer to him as Hoover Man. Now, Hoover Man took my virginity. I was 16 and he was 26, so that was 10 years. He left me for his girlfriend when she came out of prison. And then my second, genuinely, my second.
Oh, God.
Right. You're not supposed to laugh at all my relationship. Right. My second age gap relationship was with the wizard. He genuinely believed he was a wizard. And excuse me, again, I was 16. He was 32. My third was with the guitar man. Oh my God, I loved the guitar man. We would go every week to watch him play. And I would sit there hoping that after the show, I would get some action. And I did. but he was married, so I was a bit naughty. He was 38, I was 16, but I did on and off have sort of a relationship with him for quite a long time. He's dead now, so I can talk about him.
Did his
The
wife
fourth,
murder him?
probably. The fourth was with the lead singer of a group called Seventh Wave, who were popular in the 70s. So you can imagine how old he was. I was born in 76. I was 16 and he was 42. But he decided that...
Hang on. Hold on. Hold the phone, right? You just said that was number 5?
That was number 4. When I was
Number
16,
four.
I went through quite a few when I was 16.
Yeah. So we're on to the 4th relationship and you're still in your 16th year.
Well, these are just the age gap relationships. The thing is, after Hoover Man came along and, you know, took away my innocence, I went a little bit crazy. So, yeah, I had quite a few relationships in that time. And then my 5th and final age gap relationship was with my ex-husband.
Were you still living at home then?
Yes, I was, yes.
Did your parents just fit a revolving door in your bedroom slot?
I won't go into what my home life was like, but it was quite chaotic. Tracy knows. And then my 5th age gap relationship was actually with who is now my ex-husband. I was 19 and he was 31 when we met, and we were together for 17 years. But ultimately, I did find that the age gap was very noticeable. Whereas he was older and wanted to sort of be, I don't know, stay in with his, you know, cup of tea, watching, you know, match of the day. I wanted to be out having fun. So, you know, I did find there were problems with the age gap because it was a reasonable age gap. But I mean, it works for some people. But I mean, there were other issues that ended that relationship. But I did notice the age gap quite a lot. So yes, those are the more memorable age gap relationships I have had. Boaty, have you had an age gap relationship, and how did you find it? Did it cause you problems?
I think I've probably had 2. Let me think now. Nothing outrageous until the last one. My wife was 9 years older than me. I don't know if that counts.
Well, yeah, I would say that does a bit.
And that didn't really cause any issues at all. And then before my wife, then, well, I don't know. There were quite a few. They were all rounded about, I expect. Yeah, my wife was 9 years older, and then I went. The next one was a bit younger. The next one was a bit more younger, and then Chinese Madam, and I was 50 and she was 31. So I guess that counts, yeah?
Yeah, lucky you.
And I mean, the problem that I see with age gap relationships, there are going to be some issues potentially with, just the time you are in life. But, in many cultures, an older man and a younger woman is a lot more normal. And in some ways, you can see the sense because men take a lot longer to mature than women do. That's if they ever manage it. Most of us don't, to be fair. Now, in my defense, I didn't chase after Chinese Madam. In fact, quite the reverse. I did everything I could to get away. And she was just so incredibly, stubborn and just literally worked so hard at trapping me that in the end, I just kind of gave up and accepted it. So you can imagine that there could be issues with like you said, times in life, different lifestyle choices, all of that sort of thing. But I think that where the problem could possibly come is actually in the old bedroom, because, you know, God has played quite a sad trick on us in many ways. And actually, this doesn't even have to be an age thing. It's just that a man physically reaches his sexual peak at the age of 19. A woman reaches her sexual peak at the age of 39. So if you are a 39-year-old man and a 39-year-old woman, then the man is 20 years past his prime. Well, the woman is absolutely on top of the mountain, on top of Mount Everest. So So sorry to whoever was calling in on that, but it popped up on that phone, and if I'd answered it, then I would have been cut off.
Yeah, can I just say, Boaty, that when that when the phone rang, I lost all audio completely.
Ah, okay. Right, I need to sort this out then for next week, don't I? I need to, there must, and yeah, Tracy has just said the same thing. When the phone rings, the sound cuts out. Right, I need to somehow get into the doings and disconnect. If anybody knows how to stop iPhones all ringing when one rings, do let me know. So apologies for that. I will get it sorted out for next week. So yeah, that's my age story thing.
Right.
Didn't cause any problems really. Didn't cause any problems at all.
I think you're right about the sexual thing, though, because I've been in relationships where you know, the guys have been a bit older than me, and I've been basically having to force them because, you know, their sexual peak is well past and they're knackered. So yeah,
well, it's quite a macho subject. We should probably talk about this one week, and not many men are going to admit that over the years their sex drive has dwindled. They'll say, "Oh no, not me. Quite the opposite. I'm blah 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 blah," because, you know, a lot of men, they locate their ego well and truly in their little tinkle, and if you take that away from them, then it kind of leaves them bereft. I'm perfectly happy to talk about it. I was a testosterone-driven young buck, right through until I can't remember when it kind of eased off. I mean, but I was too far that way. I was probably too highly sexed, which can also cause problems. And then at some point, then that absolute raging torrent did kind of decline a bit, and suddenly, instead of needing it 3 times a day, then 3 times a week is perfectly acceptable. Thank you very much. But we should probably catch up with some comments, M11.
Yes, we should. Let's see if I can find out where we are, because the comments keep moving while we're talking. I don't know. Do your comments stay static while we're talking, or do they keep moving?
No, they stay static.
Mine moved down, so I always have to scroll back up to work out where we are. So if you've got them, do you want to do them while I find out where we are, please?
Well, I think we'd said hello to Lee from Italy. We'd said hello to my mate Steve, Ollie Owls. And then we get on to Mark saying that he's seeing me on the right side of the TV and phone. Nearly saying I've got £10 that the M11 breaks Boaty in more than one way. Side shuffle and rip in the tent. Barry Scrotter says M11 and Matron. How would Boaty look with a moustache? What do you think?
How would you look with a moustache? Oh, I don't like facial hair. So I would think bloody awful, I'm afraid.
Sean says, I used to work on Good Morning Britain, and you weren't allowed to use the word cheap. You had to use the word affordable. Oh, there you are. God almighty. Neil's banging on about the camping. It feels like we'll need to keep them apart for our own sakes. We'll be keeping half the campsite up all at night. We are basically a fantasy in Neil's head. He's living out some weird kind of carry-on camping fantasy through us. He's trying to operate us like Rod Hull operating Jeanette Cranky. Dear me.
He'll have his hand up our bottom soon.
That's a bloody dish sponge, Boaty, say Ivor Spotty Botty. So, Boaty, you have a 7-foot bath. That's quite long, to be fair. Boaty, I didn't correct it this time because the tablet won't get your name right. Sorry, Booty. I didn't correct it this time because the tablet won't get your name right. It says Sherry. But I thought this was funny, so I left it. I mentioned Snapchat was... Boaty said I could call for free. So, no, not Snapchat, darling. I said WhatsApp. WhatsApp, I think you can call for free. Neil, you paid Boaty a tenner to get his moustache on the go. He did, and I forgot. I will start growing it immediately. That land that Sean might buy or rent seems like a better shout, says Baddy Scrotter, and I agree with that. You can use StreamYard for free, says Simone. I use it myself. I don't know why I don't use it. Just seems like too much of a faff, and I think you have to use it on a desktop or something. I can't be asked with that. OJ Simpson is here and says, "What's up?" And Maitland says, "Hello, OJ. What's it like spending time being dead?" To which OJ replies, "Assalamu alaikum." And alaikum salam to you. For tax reasons. Hey, OJ, loved you in the Naked Gun movies. Matt Simmons says, Matt Raz and Clayton Raz said a big thank you for answering the long-distance phone call from the Outback. G'day, mate. Chuck some scampy fries on the barbie and diplomatic immunity. I'm loving this. I'm loving that we've got a whole thing going with our Antipodean stroke Welsh cousins, and that there are scampy fries going on the barbie, and there's diplomatic immunity all over the place. Brilliant. Thank you, guys. Thank you for being part of this and knowing how to get into the madness of it. Charlotte says, Boaty and Emma, that was a fascinating stream, but it's time to hit the hay. But I cannot wait for the next one. Night all. Good night, Charlotte. Thank you so much for joining us.
Good night, Charlotte.
Boaty stories will be from the Sunday Sport. No, they won't. Is that still a thing? That news sounds like another word very slightly. Chucker, I hardly know her, says Steve W. I thought he said crack whore for some reason, says Neil. Crack whore. Wild Boar Hex says, good evening, Boaty. Great weekend on the lives. Back from Bude. The feud from Bude. Hell yeah. Sherry says, I actually thought Emma had said it first. Naughty news story of the week. Go away, Siri. I didn't ask for you. M11, can you take over while I sort out these free memberships?
Yes, okay, right. So, Tracy says, oh my God, that broke Boaty. Well done, Emma. Presumably that was to do with my ex's girlfriend coming out of prison. Andrew Buttigieg.
That was class. You know how to do them, don't you?
It's not that funny. My heart was broken. Andrew Buttigieg says his name wasn't Tyler, was it? And Peter P says a Boaty is broken. Matt Simmons says K-Fed sends love from Truro. His one eye. He'll treat you to a meteor pizza and a Cornish pasty. And Mark on Motoring says my wife is slightly older than me, so we're on to the topic here. By 6 years. which 20 years ago seemed more noticeable than it does now. She actually looks younger than me, though. Yeah, 6 years isn't much, but yeah, when you're younger, the age difference does show. But as you get older, it doesn't matter at all. It doesn't. You don't feel different ages at all. Matt Simmons again says, Rory's little cousin Tommy McNally is raising a glass of Lafroig whiskey while watching your channel tonight, Boaty. He says to say hi.
Hi. Thanks for watching.
Dave Smith says he's going to ring in. Matt Simmons again says Tom McNally is also Paddy Carr's little brother too, as well as Rory's little cousin. He wants you to make that clear.
Well, you make it clear.
But Andrew Buttergeek says, "Oh, Boaty the toy boy." When you're talking about your ex,
that's
Mrs.
what
Boaty.
Her ex-husband called me. He never referred to me by name. He just referred to
really?
me as the toy boy. Yeah, he hated me. And funnily enough, he went to prison as well.
Oh.
He went to prison for trying to stab somebody in a road rage accident.
Steve W says, I had a 30-year-old girlfriend when I was 20. I didn't mind at the time, but now I'm in my 40s. I feel like she was a bit of a predator, if I'm honest. I was pretty immature and young looking.
Yeah, and I bet you loved it.
And Matt Simmons is back. Simo Wolf and Wild Boar Hex had a great time in Bude and managed to avoid the feud from Bude. Spent most of our time drinking South Australian Amarula. If that's how you pronounce that.
Yeah, we need to catch up on the South Australian references. Now that we're viral in South Australia, we need to be au fait with all of the local doings.
Yep, we'll have to do that. That'll be our homework. Chris Maguire says, I had an age gap relationship when I was at college. I was 17 and she was 27. Problem was she was married, but God, I enjoyed myself for 2 years. It is quite fun being the other one, but I wouldn't do it now. But when I was 16, I was a bit naughty. Neil Gibbons, also known as the Gibbonator, also a very, very, very nice man, said, I was 23 and she was 42, recently divorced. She was an absolute rave. Then in the morning, she made me breakfast and I had to sit there with her 10-year-old son talking to me about Minecraft. Tracy's here.
That is a weird thing. My eldest stepdaughter married a man who was older than me.
Oh.
That was weird. Except he was a really nice bloke and we got on really, really well.
Tracy says, my first proper longer term was 9 years gap and my next was 12 years. I found it irritating that we had little cultural or social references due to the gap. I agree with that, Tracy. Both were older than me. Yes, that is another thing with the age gap. Yeah, social and cultural. So they'll be talking about music or things that have happened or things that were on TV or things that happened in the world in their teens. And if you're at least 10 years younger, you weren't there. You didn't experience it. Andrew Buttigieg says, now wrong with having an older podgering partner. Well, when I was in my teens, there was, but now I'm approaching my 50s. I don't really think I would like to be with someone approaching 70. I think I would like someone similar age to me or younger if I was lucky. Neil says, met her in a rock bar up Wolverhampton. She was an absolute beauty, I tell you. But she had a son who talked about Minecraft over breakfast. Barry would like to know which rock bar. Matt Simmons is back. Age gap relationships. I remember meeting a couple when I was 20. The man's wife was 47, met at a barbecue, ended up going back and give her a good seeing to. Good on you, Matt. He sat in the shadows watching. Wow, Matt. It all goes on in Australia. We need to be there. Steve W says, Neil, imagine you'd gotten her pregnant, though, and been stuck with her as you went through your 20s. Mark on Motoring says, 19 and 39. Gosh, Boaty looks like it's all downhill from here. Dave Smith said he tried to phone in. Andrew's suggesting you unsync the doings, which obviously you're going to do.
That's what I need to do. I just need to figure out how to do it.
Sherry, got to be me, Sherry. She suggests you watch 90 Day Fiance. It happens all the time. And Neil says it was the Gifford Arms was the place that he met her. Jimmy F500 suggests you get Matron on the case, and I think that is a very good idea. Simone says, my second and most recent relationship that lasted approximately 6 months. I was 31, she was 18. That's quite a large gap, yeah. That's like when I met my husband. I noticed the age difference. We were similar sort of ages. Matt Simmons says, that was before I got into Dragon Lights too. Didn't need it then to pitch the tent.
Oh dear.
Dave Smith said that he called it a mess with the live stream.
That is genius.
Barry Scrutter says, I think my sex drive has dropped off a bit, but I'm still pretty good, really, for 46. Lol. Tracy's back and says, I'm 52 and I haven't hit my sexual peak yet at all. Trouble is, I'd need a 20-year-old man to match my libido. That's just too young for me, as my eldest grandchild is approaching that, and 20-year-old is a baby. Tracy, you would kill them. You would absolutely. Oh my God. They wouldn't survive. Barry Scrotter says, yeah, I was a raging bull as a teenager and well into my 30s. But shy, imagine that. Not quite sure what that says. Sorry. Matt Simmons says, I can recommend Dragon Lights, mate. Solid rock on for about 12 hours and can piss in a straight line for about 5 meters.
I don't need it. I don't need it. It's not the flesh that is weak. It's the spirit. And that was the problem with Chinese Madam. Now, I don't know what what was it?
Dragon Lights. Are they
I don't know
light?
what they are, but I presumably they're some generic Viagra-like thing. And I took Viagra once, and I'd never do it again. And I took it at the first time that Boo and I got it on. I thought, well, she'd already told me that she was well, I mean, that actually she had been diagnosed with nymphomania. And I thought, and she's younger. So I thought, oh, God, I had a word with some of my mates. And they said, I'll get one of these down here. So I took that. One and only time I did it. Never again. Never, ever, ever again. Because it worked too well. It worked too well. And, you know, the first hour was brilliant. The second hour was thoroughly enjoyable. Even the third hour was quite lovely. The 8 or 9 hours after that, quite frankly, I could have done without. And I rather wish that the bloody thing would have sodded off, really. And
How long did it take?
Sorry?
How long did it take to wear off?
Well, I don't know, because after we'd been doing it for about 11 hours, I was just exhausted and fell asleep. So, you know, she could have carried on for all I know. It was absolutely ridiculous. I was bored stiff. No pun intended. Honestly, I mean, you know, how long can you really keep it going? How long can you really keep interested? And honestly, after 3 hours, I just thought, well, you know, enough's enough. Let's do something else. But, you know, he was still standing proud, wasn't he? So, you know, and she wasn't going to ignore that. She couldn't work the next day because she couldn't walk the next day. I was like a bloody zombie. It was a nightmare. So, you know, never again. I mean, for those who are suffering from erectile dysfunction, then obviously it's a godsend. All I can say is don't take it if you're normal in that department, because it can lead to I mean, it was just terrible. It's like, right, well, shall we go downstairs and have a drink, get something to eat? Oh, but he still wants to play. He doesn't want to play. He's being made to stand outside the headmaster's office. He doesn't want to be there. Leave him alone. But so
you should have just laid on your back and gone to sleep and let her continue.
To be perfectly honest, and if she ever comes on the live stream, she will tell you this is true. I grabbed my iPad from the bedside table and went onto YouTube, and I watched the entire first series of Ivor the Engine. While she was just cracking on with it. I don't know why.
Fun.
And I don't know why I chose Ivor the Engine. I honestly don't to this day. But if I ever hear Ivor the Engine now, I get an immediate erection, which isn't always appropriate. So yeah, don't take one of those things if you're still functioning normally. And as my regular viewers know, then my normal functionality did cause a problem with Chinese Madam. Now, my problems with Chinese Madam were not of that nature, and they weren't related to age or whatnot. It was cultural differences, and oh God, well, and it was my life suddenly being taken over, and I was suddenly being forced to live a totally different life. I blame myself because when Madam moved in with me, I said, make it your own home, do whatever you need to do to be comfortable, and I will do everything that I can. So that's kind of my fault. She went a little bit too far, and my life just became entirely different, and that was what was the problem. But because of that, then after the honeymoon period, then my particular interest started to wane. Not because she wasn't sexually desirable, because she absolutely was. She was stunning looking and young and beautiful and firm and wonderful.
Oof. I've lost your sound again, Boaty, just so you know.
I know. I've just stopped that telephone call. Apologies to anybody trying to call in. I can't take the call because it's knocking me off that. So,
we can't take any more calls, I think, for this show, because we need to get it sorted out.
Yeah, we're going to get this sorted out for next week. So yeah, with Chinese Madam, because there were issues elsewhere in the room.
Someone's persistent. Somebody is persistent.
I'm going to have to turn this phone off. So apologies, guys, but there are issues, and I can't. Hold on. How do I turn it off?
Little button on the side.
That's it. I've turned it off. Apologies to whoever was trying to call in, but I need to sort out the technical issue. It's knocking me off the live stream, so obviously we can't take phone calls, but we will have it sorted out for next week, I promise. So
won't we, Tracy?
Just to finish that little story off, yeah, because of the other issues, then my interest kind of waned, because I felt a little bit. I was a little bit miffed. I was a little bit miffed that, I was kind of losing my life totally. Looking back, I should have handled things differently. And so my interest waned a little bit in nighttime shenanigans. But she's not thick. She very quickly realized that because at that point, and still now, I think, I was functioning normally, she realized that men first thing in the morning tend to be, well, the tent tends to go up as our friend memorably alluded to it earlier. So she just started helping herself. And so, yeah, I went through a period of about 6 months where every morning I woke up with a beautiful Chinese woman writhing around on top of me. And, you know, I won't lie, like most men, I enjoyed it for the first month, but after that, I felt a bit used. Anyway, back to the comments. M11.
Right, so Sophie is here. She says, hi all, I am back and also chatting about relationships. I was with boys that were chavs. Is that what it says? And though I was in love, I really wasn't. Oh, I need to put my glasses on. Hang on. And also was in a relationship with ex and took advantage. And Tracy's laughing at Neil's fantasy head. Sherry says, not my story, but someone I know who is a moron and started a relationship with a woman 43 years his junior. And he started started communicating with her online when she was still a minor. Horrible story.
Yeah, that is awful.
And Tracy says, oh, Sherry, there's so many stories like that. And Jimmy Quinn says something, but it's just moved up. Hang on. I've tried to scroll down and it put me all the way to the bottom. So just chat amongst yourself a minute while I'll find where I was.
Right, well, I'll tell you what I'll do. Well, the M11 is catching up on the comments. I'm going to give away 5 channel memberships. So when it pops up, if you haven't done it already, make sure you've set your thing to accept gifts. Okay, right, here we go then. Here we go. Membership gifting. Right, get ready. Here we go. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, go.
Woohoo! Off they go, these free memberships.
And the memberships have gone to Mark on Motoring, Hooked on Classics, Hedgehog Rob, Carrie Sparks, and Jimmy F500. So I'm delighted with that because those are 5 lovely people. They're all brilliant supporters of the channel. And they all thoroughly deserve a free membership as far as I'm concerned. So that's gone really well.
Well done to you people. Right, I've found the comment. So Jimmy was saying you would look like a word beginning with C if you had a moustache, Boaty. So there's a no from him. Matt Simmons says, hi, Sophie. I was a big fan of Murder on the Dance Floor back in the day. And would you sign your autograph on me if I take a dragon light first? Just pretend you're signing a leg cast.
Dear God.
What about that, Sophie? And Sophie says, oh, maybe she was continuing the previous comment. I just need to go and see what the previous comment was, because I think she's continuing. Yes, her ex took advantage of her and had sexual intercourse with another girl in front of her and beat her up, and she was left in hospital on her own and other things. But I know I can say I'm so much happier with my Neil. Oh my God, I can already tell that you're far better off with Neil, Sophie.
Oh, they're lovely. They're so lovely together. They're like, you know, they're just really lovely and natural together, and they're brilliant for each other. And both individually and as a couple, they're just lovely, totally genuine, down-to-earth people. They've got hearts. They're proper black country. Their hearts are as big as houses. There's no front, no pretense. They'll take the piss out of you. And you know that you could trust them with your life. I love them to bits. I really do.
Well, I hope I'll get to meet them one day. Maybe in the summer this year, if we have any get-togethers. I would love to meet them.
Oh, it's camping.
Yeah, I really want to come camping. Well, Neil's got it all planned out, so I have to come. So Sophie says, lovely to be back. This is a great live. We need more. Well, hopefully there will be more if Boaty will allow me to come back next week.
Oh.
If I haven't cocked it all up for him. Mrs. Stephen Parry from Port Sunlight in the Wirral, the Leisure Peninsula. Yes. He says, I've just entered the chat now. How are you both tonight? We're great, thanks, Stephen. And also, if you go camping, Jason, at the Viagra in pocket, so he keep up with the wonderful M11. Well, I think he's just said he doesn't need the Viagra, so we'll be all right there.
Yeah, for about 7 minutes, which is the correct length of time at my age. You know, if you can't get everything you need to get in 7 minutes, then you haven't learned enough during your life.
I disagree.
That's what I say.
I'll teach you a few things, Boaty. Project Nigel says, is there a live stream going on? And Barry Squatter says, I'm sure somewhere there is. And Tracy says, there appears to be mustard. And people are saying hello to him. Jimmy Quinn says, don't forget to like. Yes, we haven't said that for a while. Like, subscribe, send super chats. Do everything. Do everything.
How many likes have we got? How many likes?
Do you know what? I daren't look, because if I move the screen around, I'll probably lose where I am in the chat. And then it'll take me half an hour to find it again.
We've got 39.
We need more than that.
We do need
more
than that.
I think last week we got 42. Come on, everyone. Yeah. Just hit the like button. It doesn't take a second.
Just do it. Just do it.
Next time Boaty's getting a glass of wine and you're bored listening to me waffling on, hit the like button.
It costs you nothing, and it will bring us enormous joy.
It will bring me so much pleasure.
Give it a tickle.
If you hit that like button, I will be highly pleasured.
Well, you can't ask for more than that.
And yeah, Tracy says to Sophie, bloody hell, Sophie, I'm glad you've got Neil now. I think she is too, by the sound of things. Barry Scotter says, Project Nigel Boaty still need to grow his tash. Was a topic of conversation. Be sure to encourage him. Yeah, so go on then, Mustard. No, actually, don't encourage him. I don't like tashes. There'll be no action on the campsite if he's got a tash. If he turns up with a tash, I'll know. Barry Scotter says, Jesus, he wasn't Kenneth Noy, was he? Sophie says, yeah, I'm so glad I found Neil and his family. They're the best family that keep me going, and very, very...
Support.
Oh, supportive. And couldn't ask for more. And I can say, yes, I'm happy. It's wonderful to hear happy relationship stories. It really is.
It is. It definitely is.
Project Nigel says, are we talking about jeffing older ladies? Well, yeah, come on, Mustard. Tell us some of your tale. Age gap relationships we're talking about. Steve W says, damn, I think I'm surrounded by the wrong people. I'd be foaming if one of my kids was 18 and involved with a 31-year-old. Nothing right about it at all. The emotional disparity is huge.
I agree.
Tracy says, age gap relationship. Oh, she was just telling her, Mustard. Tracy married, best pal, one of Tracy's mates, says Tracy married Hugh Marston Hefner. And Mustard says, I would like a younger lady just for the weekend. So any younger ladies out here who would like to apply, please write in the comments that you would like to apply for a bit of weekend action with Mustard.
Yeah,
we'll get him right onto it.
And I will send a screenshot to the lovely Mrs. Mustard.
And Best Pal says, hello, I'm a concerned worker from Wetherspoons Pub, London. And Barry Scott says, I could tell you a few stories, but not on here. And Tracy is telling Best Pal to get back to Wales, I believe. Best Pal says, this woman called Tracy started flirting with the staff, ordering them sausages, trying to put it up their bum. All your stories coming out. Sophie says, I do find 20-year-old lads more childish, and I find manly men 6 months apart. I find more manly than like Neil. So yeah, 20-year-old lads, they are very childish. That's why I liked the older guy when I was younger, because everyone of my age was an idiot. The older guy, they've got experience, they know what they're doing, they're more sensible in some ways. The Hoover man clearly wasn't. Best Pal says, and her husband Andy was sat there eating his sausage and mash. And Tracy said, stop banging my sausages. She then called it bangers and mash. Tracy says, it was peas, best pal. The devil's kidney stones. They need to be shoved up someone else's butt. Andrew Butter Geek says, modern version of Spanish fly. Best pal says, we asked her to leave. Then she literally pulled her trousers down and sat on the assistant manager Cindy's face. John Studley says, yeah, no one can phone in, I'm afraid. People are trying to be encouraged to phone in. Sophie said, had a couple of drinks and a curry with Neil last night. Lovely. That sounds lovely. See, this is a relationship we all aspire to, Sophie. Tracy says that was the last time we saw Cindy, best pal. And best pal says, then Cindy said her and Tracy and Andy now a three-way relationship. Tracy's saying, agreeing, Sophie, great times. Barry Scotter says, Boaty, waking up in the morning and slamming it in the door to make it go down. And best pal continues with the story about Cindy. Cindy said, Tracy's fanny is better than spoons. It's interesting here. All the stories coming up. Neil says, got to do my old science teacher at a charity do as well. Well, that's an interesting one. Boaty, did you mean 11 minutes? Inquires Jimmy Quinn, as opposed to 7.
At a push, I suppose.
And Mustard says, imagine taking Viagra and you seriously couldn't hide your sausage. I don't think Boaty needs to imagine that. Apparently, he's had the experience. Tracy says, "Fucking hell, Nev, your fantasies about me are getting weirder." And Barry Squatter says, "Boaty is called rectal dysfunction." Tracy laughs at that. Sophie is saying, "Yeah, back on my course tomorrow, one-on-one with a tutor. Might have been in the bad books. Only joking." And Neil says, Paul, if you took Viagra, you would have to alert air traffic control. Oh, is it that time, is it? I can't do mine because I'm facing the wrong way. I have to go this way. Right, where was I? Tracy put Nev in time out, says Jimmy Quinn, because Jimmy, of course, is in the Twitch stream with her. So speaks to Nev quite often. And then Best Pal says, Tracy, tell your sister you're getting married? Is that going to be married? It says Ma. Tracy says they have no idea what is going on at the bottom of chat. Laugh my anal orifice. And Best Pal says to Cindy from Spoons. Tracy says, okay, Nev, who am I marrying this time? And Mustard's back in saying, a floppy is very much welcome most of the time. Is it? Not to me, it's not. You've got a floppy, you can sod off. Neil says, Trace, I reckon me and you should move away together. Really? Sounds a bit dodgy. Tracy says, oh, I see. Did she enjoy the suffocation that much, Nev? Referring to the Cindy suffocation. Oh, here's Ross. He says, here comes Ivor. Choo-choo. Talking about Boaty's Viagra experience. Andrew Buttigieg says, a floppy, sloppy sausage. And Tracy says, where are we going, Neil? I need to escape. And Best Pal says, hello, this is the manager of KFC. We had to kick this YouTuber called Boaty World out. It's all kicking off in the chat box here. Neil says, I'll meet you in Chippy Norton at about 2 a.m, Trace. Sophie says, I don't bloody think so, Neil Gibbons. And Tracy says, Sophie, that's it. You fight for him. Sounds like he's worth fighting for, to be fair. Jimmy Quinn says, if you fry a sausage in oil and a Viagra, will your sausage get bigger? Sophie says, I will. Don't you worry. Neil says, balls, the missus has found out. Sorry, Tracy. We will have to replan this. And Dave Smith says, keep calling. Oh, no, you can't keep calling. It's off. It's off. No more telephone calls. Best Pal says, this Boaty World guy came in and went to the back and rubbed KFC gravy on him, singing, I'm a little teacup, short and sweet.
I'm a little teacup. Oh, no, I'm not. I'm a sugar bowl.
This is the company that Tracy and I have been having to deal with on Twitch. You can see it's all very highbrow stuff. Tracy wants to know ask Neil if she can bring a friend. And Sophie says, and Trace, I could do with the break. Someone else could put up with Neil's fart. Simone says something, but again, my chat suddenly whizzed to the end. So give me a minute. Don't like the way it does this. My system is broken. Oh. If you've got it, can you continue, please? We're up to Simone saying something after the comment about Neil's farts, but my chat just whizzed straight to the end.
Hold on. Where were you? Oh, hang on.
There's comment about Neil's farts from Sophie. Then Simone was about to say something, but it whizzed straight to the end, so I lost it. Lost the plot.
Simone says, I've just had a look online, and yes, StreamYard works on phones and is free. Matron says it's a deal. Sophie, I'm properly crying here. Neil would like to confirm that he doesn't actually fart that much. And I know them both. I've spent time with both Neil and Sophie, and I can confirm that Sophie is a worse offender in that regard than Neil.
Sorry, Sophie.
Any question. Then some memberships were given away, and Simone says, "Oh, tar very much Boatical." Mark on Moping says, "Boaty is such a trooper, allowing himself to be used like that for a month, and then a further 5 months for good measure." Yeah, well, I mean,
it was very accommodating of you, Boaty.
Yeah, I'm like that. Jimmy F500 says, "Boaty, I tried to buy a membership to your channel, but I was not able to for some reason. Now you've gifted me one. Cheers. You're more than welcome." Thanks for the membership, says Mark on Motoring. Uncharted territory for me. John Stoodley says they're great people, Neil and Sophie Emma, and I think they are well suited. And Sophie agrees with that. I've just had a private message from Project Mustard, who says that I look particularly sexy tonight. Somebody has just done a very nice thing. Oh, it's Carl. Oh, bless you. Carl has sent a super chat. What a splendid chap. I'm glad I got your name right. Thank you very much indeed.
Thank you, Carl.
Oh, that's really kind of you. Thank you. I've got to take my trousers down now, haven't I? I'll have another glass of wine, and then I'll.
Right, so I'll read the comments while you're unbuttoning.
No, it's all right. I'm okay for a minute.
Tracy says, "Just rent him out for a week at a time, Sophie. Get regular income and a break." And the A1345 says, "Boeing is killing whistleblowers."
And
interesting.
Carrie Sparks says, "Thank you, Boaty, for the gifted membership. And your new lady is lovely." My co-host. I should point out at this point that the lovely M11 and I have never actually met in real life. She was brought by her sister into this madness, and within a couple of weeks has ended up co-hosting it. And there we are. Somebody else has done a nice thing. It's Neil.
Oh, Neil is very nice. He really is a very, very, very nice man, isn't he?
And he's put a message with his super chat, so you can get a bottle of wine to tempt Emma to let you play with her melons.
He doesn't need to do that. I would let him.
Oh, great. Well, I can start with a bottle of wine, though.
Yeah, take the bottle of wine too.
Where did I get to? There is 101 people watching, says Dave Smith, and only 4 likes. There are 42 people watching at the moment, and there are 48 wonderful likes. Thank you very much for that.
Wow,
and don't forget to like, says good old Jimmy Quinn. How many likes to see the sponge? Asked Peter P. Jimmy Quinn, thank you very much. Jimmy has just done a really nice thing privately, so you guys can't see it. I just saw it, and I'm really grateful. Thank you, Jimmy. Like number 42, says Mustard. God, have I gone out of whack? The stream is so good, I've liked it twice, says Mark Motoring. Where is the like button, asks Sarah Parsons. If you look underneath the picture, underneath where it says Boaty's World, and then there is a thumbs up thing with 48 next to it. And if you press that thumbs up thing, it'll go to 49, and I will be very happy. Rumpy Pumpy, says Baddy Scrutter, who just wanted to say those words. And
I love that. I love that.
Why not indeed? 47 likes, says Mr. Stephen Paddy from Port Sunlight in the Whittle.
The Leisure Peninsula.
At 11:45. It's nice to see you both on camera tonight. I think the captain is after a threesome, Jason. Carl Esther Huizen. Sorry, I apologise. Carol Esther Huizen is here and says, hi, how are you? And it's really kind of you to ask, Carol, and I'm very well, thank you. I hope you are too. What is your channel about? It's an amazing channel. It's really tremendously interesting, and there are all sorts of wonderful things in it. There are musings on daily life. There is poetry when drunk. There are road trips and wonderful scenery, and there are cars, and there are lunches with amazing people and interviews with famous people. It's absolutely brilliant. I would subscribe if I were you. If you don't, you will regret it, and you will know somewhere that you have missed out on what could be, and I'm genuinely not exaggerating here, a life-enhancing experience. Ugh.
Totally agree. Totally agree with every word that Boaty said for a change.
And I just had to click, hang on, I just had to do a thing on my phone because the low battery thing flashed up. And I don't normally get that because my normal live stream phone is plumbed into the mains. So I've just had to plug it in. So we're all good. Don't worry.
So Sean would like you to know that there are 233 days until Christmas.
Oh, bloody hell. Can we have summer first, Sean?
Jimmy Quinn says, Boaty with a moustache, he will think he's Errol Flynn. Simone's exhausted, so she's off to bed. So good night, Simone. Have a good sleep.
Good night,
people
Simone.
Saying good night to Simone.
Sleep tight.
Oh, goodness me. Oh, my thing has shoved to the end. Oh, here we go. Matt Simmons says, Emma, I just want to say I wouldn't need any dragon lights for you. Oh, thank you, Matt. I like you already. I'm sure I can pitch the tent no-handed if I was put in a room alone with you. Thank you, Matt. That's a nice compliment. Barry Scrutter, I'll take every compliment I can get. Barry Scrutter says, can you tell Boaty is a manager? Look at him masterfully delegating.
It's a skill. It is a skill.
And Tracy says, if you've got a floppy, you can sod. Oh, she's just repeating what I said. Well, Sherry says, Emma, what was the name of the band that man you dated was from? Oh, I just recalled some flirtatious behavior long ago with someone I worked with. Can't believe that was me now because he was married. Yeah, younger days we do some silly things, don't we? It was called Seventh Wave. It was in the 70s. Like if you Googled Seventh Wave music, there'll probably be a couple of pictures of him in the 70s. He'll be, hang on, how much older than me was he? He'll probably be 70 something now. Dave Smith reckons Boaty is bored. Neil says, thank God the truth is out there, Boaty. She's way worse than me regarding the farts.
She is. She really is.
Peter P says, Neil, quality over quantity regarding farts. And are we flipping I didn't realise we were flipping the cloth again. You're leaving me out of this cloth flipping. John says, remember the trip to the yard, Sophie, the vengeful fart monster, Neil, and you, Sophie. And then Neil did a lovely thing for you. Then he says, Oh, I'm feeling left out. Oh, hang on. Woof! Mine's not quite the same. It doesn't open up like yours. Hang on. Oh. I'll have to get more practice in before next week. There. Is that better? Is that an improvement? Anyway, enough of that. Childish behaviour. Neil says most would be running for the hills right now. And Tracy says Jimmy is lovely, also always very supportive regarding the lovely thing he did.
That's absolutely true. I will say at this point, Jimmy Quinn, you have been the most amazing support to me and the channel, along with others, but you have just been amazing. And I am so grateful. Thank you. That's
Okay.
me being sincere. Well, my co-host throws a flannel onto her head.
It's a tea towel, spotty one. It's a very spotty tea towel. So, Barry Scrotter says, for me, to like, it's 3 dots. Oh, he's explaining how to like. So he has 3 dots at the top of the screen when he wants to like a comment. And 1 second. Right. Neil says, is updated. Oh, it's talking about how to click the like still. Mark on Motoring says, I'm afraid it's bedtime, so I shall say good night. Thank you, and a pleasure as always. Good night, Mark. Hope you sleep very well. Sweet dreams.
At that point, let me point out that Mark is, thank you for being here, Mark. Mark is a really lovely guy, properly funny. His YouTube channel, watch it. It is excellent. It's really good. And Mark is one of the brave people who came to the caravan to record an episode of Mustard and Boaty Do Lunch With. Do check that out on my channel. Mustard and Boaty Do Lunch with Mark on Motoring, because he is absolutely brilliant in it. And I guarantee you will really enjoy that. For those who don't know, Project Nigel, stroke Captain Mustard, and we have a series called Mustard and Boaty Do Lunch With. And we invite people who may be celebrities, maybe well known, maybe people that we just personally like, or people with YouTube channels. And we invite them to come and have lunch with us in our knackered old 1980s caravan in a drafty, windswept northern car yard. And we give them a takeaway and we have lunch with them and we film it all. And it goes out completely unedited and unexpurgated. And Mark came along and did that, and it was an absolute joy and a pleasure. So check that out, and check out the Mark on Motoring channel. It's brilliant.
Well, following on from that, Jimmy Quinn is advising that this channel is about group sex, orgy, and gangbangs. So hopefully that will have drawn in a couple of new viewers. And Tracy agrees. Yes, Jimmy, and we are all here for it. Peter P is quite enjoying our quality cloth acrobatics. Sarah Parsons is saying good night. Good night, Sarah.
Oh, good night, Sarah. Thank you so much for coming. Really appreciate it.
Yeah. And John Studley says, Jimmy, you're a great bloke, mate. And Project Nigel says he likes cheese. We know that, Nigel, Mustard, because every time I look at your live, you've always got the cheese out. Woo! And Barry Scotter says, all I can think of right now is Terry toweling nappies with his cloths being thrown around. And Andrew Buttergeek is saying, oh, good night to Sarah. Barry Scotter says, Paul, are you a mouse? And Tracy says, Gouda, paneer, strong cheddar with salt crystals. I'm hungry, Project Nigel. Project Nigel says, mice like chocolate. Sherry says, sorry, I am ticking. She doesn't say that, but I was having a tick, so I can't read when I'm blinking. Sherry says, well, I never got to leave. You always do this to me. And Tracy says, was Mark on Motoring the one where you suddenly turned into Mr. Tickle?
Yes, he was. Yeah, and that was brilliant. That was absolutely brilliant. I loved that moment.
Jimmy Quinn is rather enjoying the view because he says Emma Levin's tits hit her chin when throwing her tea towel. Right, thank you for that. I'm glad somebody's enjoying the view. Barry Scotter says, strong cheddar for me. Beer and breadsticks was a phase I had. And Andrew Buttigieg is agreeing with mustard. Peter P likes Stilton. Mustard likes Old Amsterdam. And Barry Scotter says, Paul and Nutella and peanut butter. Tracy says she's going to check it out. Leela Shakespeare says, she says, is that man on drugs? Who are we referring to? Are we referring to Boaty or somebody in the chat? Barry Scotter says, Paul, is old Amsterdam a cheese? Mustard says, Steve Berry did it all by himself. And then we have a new name. Coram Dio says, why does she look so constipated? Sorry if I look constipated. It's I can't help what I look like. That's going to be one of my new personal insecurities, looking constipated, I think. I'll add that one to my collection. John Studley says, I'm not famous, but me and Sophie and Neil did Mustard and Boaty do lunch, Emma. Very funny. I'll have to have a look, actually, at some of Boaty's videos. I'll have to have a look.
Bless them. And it was wonderful.
And Project Nigel Mustard says, yes, it is, regarding the cheese. And Jimmy Quinn says, great breasts. Thank you.
Thank you.
We're at the end of the comments, and Leela Shakespeare is clarifying that it's the man on the live. So, Boaty, Leela Shakespeare would like to know if you are on drugs, if you would like to answer that question.
No. Sadly not. I am on wine, and very good wine it is too. Don't do drugs, kids. Just say no. There you go. You shouldn't need drugs. You should be high on life. That's what I say.
Well, that's exactly what Barry Scotter is saying. You're high on life, and yeah, he says it. He says, Leela, the man on the right, is high on life.
Oh, and Peter P says that I'm high on Vimto and Momo, and I'm
on the Vimto. I'm on the Vimto. So we're out of comments.
Have we actually caught up with the comments?
We have. Oh, and Leela agrees with the advice about being high on life and not taking drugs. So hi, Leela, welcome.
Yes,
hit the like button. I think. Because you're not on drugs and you're just high on life, she should hit the like button.
Leela, tell us about yourself. How did you find us? Where are you from? Just tell us, introduce yourself to our lovely community here. You are very welcome, by the way. We'd love to know about you.
Yeah, where did you come from?
Well, they can't drink Vimto, apparently, so that's a shame.
Why? Out of interest, why?
Well, maybe they live somewhere where Vimto isn't available.
Okay. I'm just interested. Tracy says she's not going to be able to sleep tonight because she is high on laughing. She's also welcoming Leela. Jimmy wants Tracy to do a live. Are we not enough for you, Jimmy? Jimmy Quinn, are we not enough for you that you need Tracy to do a live?
He needs more breasts.
Oh, aren't mine enough?
Apparently not.
Leela says, she has bad kidneys. Is it the like chemicals or whatever in the squash? Oh, it's gone all quiet in here.
It's all so quiet. Oh,
should we sing a song?
I'm sorry to hear about your bad kidneys. That's a rotten thing. That is a rotten thing. But there we are. Gosh, we've done really well. Caught up with the comments and everything.
All right.
Wow. Now, features that I completely forgot to talk about. So we're obviously not going to do them tonight, but ongoing features. I told you about Clockhorn News, non-story of the week. We've done that. The other one was celebrity out of context bingo. Have you ever seen a celebrity out of context. So in other words, a celebrity who you've seen in a situation which is in some way out of context with the reason why they are a celebrity, like seeing Ant without Deck, Deck without Ant, or like seeing Lewis Hamilton in the passenger seat being driven rather than driving. That's a bang-on feature, that is. That's going to run and run.
I think we've got some more new people arriving in the comments here. I've just seen a nice one, a nice comment. So this isn't the comment I was referring to, but I just Peter P is singing. You know, I beg your pardon. I've never potted in a rose garden. And Jimmy F500 is saying, where did you come from? Where did you go?
Where did you come
Tracy...
from, Cat Nigel?
Tracy is saying, Jimmy, that needs something. Jimmy just needs something to tip him over the edge after this foreplay has got him to the peak. And Jimmy Quinn says, I never go to bed before 4 a.m. And Mustard says, caught up now, bugger off. But I think, excuse me, I don't know how to pronounce your name. I'm going to try Saluki. He or she says, I have stumbled across a corner of YouTube I was not expecting to end up, and definitely not complaining. So I think that's nice.
Kind.
I think that's very nice.
That's lovely. Welcome, Saluki.
Yeah.
You are very welcome to our mad little community and corner of the old internet. You are
that was
not
the
once,
comment that caught my
not
eye.
twice, but thrice welcome. Oh yeah.
That was a comment that caught my eye. I thought that's really nice.
It is nice.
And Leela has said she's just subscribed. Thank you, Leela.
Oh, thank you.
And John Studley says, hey, I'm back on my usual channel for this comment. Tracy, our lovely modern matron, not modern matron, but she is a modern matron as well, I guess. She says, welcome to Saluki. And thanking Leela. Barry Scotter says, Jodie Marsh loving animals. Jimmy Quinn says, it must be bike talk, Boaty. And Mr. Stephen Parry from Port Sunlight in the Wirral, the Leisure Peninsula, says, thank you. Yeah. Don't worry. As long as one of us does it, I think it's fine. Okay. He says, thank you, both of you, for doing tonight. Oh, that's nice of you.
Oh, and nice.
I know, because, I'm new and I'm kind of, I don't know what I'm doing. I don't know what am I doing here? 3 weeks ago, I didn't know any of this nonsense existed. Now I'm sitting here. What am I doing? Help! Send help!
It's fun though, isn't it?
It is fun. Yeah. And Peter P says thorns, ouch. And Barry Scott says
rose garden. The pottering in the rose garden.
And Barry Scott says, Boaty, can we have a garden update on one of your videos?
Well, now then, interesting you say that. You can have a garden update, but the garden update is that I don't know whether my garden has grown quicker than normal, or I don't know if some sort of misfortune has befallen my gardeners. But my gardeners have not made their inaugural visit of this year. To explain to those who don't know, I live in a 700-year-old cottage in the Peak District National Park, a very beautiful, very rural part of the United Kingdom, quite remote. I have a large and extensive and very beautiful garden, and I have two gardeners, a husband and wife, who take care of the garden for me because I have neither the time nor the expertise. And they haven't come yet this year. And my lawn is disturbingly in need of mowing, and various things are in need of trimming, and all sorts of things need doing, really. So they're due to arrive anytime soon. So good shout on the garden video. Tomorrow I will do a before, and then I'll show you the after they've actually been. They must be due any moment now. I can never remember when it is they come. They always take me by surprise. They come every, how often do they come? Well, they come every week and they garden every week, but obviously over winter there's no need for them, so they do at the end of autumn they do a really big cutback. They cut back all of my trees, all of the other stuff that I've got in the garden, and then they, I don't know what they do over winter. I don't know, go and live in Las Vegas, run their OnlyFans channel. Not got a clue. And then they come back in spring and get everything looking lovely again. So I'm just waiting for them to come because my lawn is looking, frankly, unkempt. But I don't mind that because it means that it's great for the bees and the birds and the slow worms and the snakes and all of the other things that I've probably got living in there.
Very similar to my lady garden then.
Oh God, that's an image that none of us needed.
I'm sorry, I was joking. There aren't any slugs or worms living in my lady garden. So anyway, back to the
Is
chat
your
comments.
lady garden completely unkempt then, like your sister's? I mean, your
How
sister.
do you know what Tracy's lady garden is like?
Because she went on record. She went on record saying that that having experienced a shaved version, and that caused some discomfort and disquiet, that she made the decision to leave her own au naturel.
Well, I think I actually said on a previous show, because I seem to have no filter sometimes, but no, I like to keep it neat. But you know, it depends. If I'm with a partner, I like to accommodate their wishes. But otherwise, I just like to keep it neat because, yeah, it's nicer that way.
Well, I mean, at least put a comb through it every now and then.
No, there's not enough to put a comb through.
Oh, okay. Just me then.
Neat in that way, you know, like, you know, neatly trimmed. You know, like when you've just had your lawnmower out and, you know, the grass is very short, that sort of thing.
Okay.
In general. Right, so
maybe I could get
Sophie,
my gardeners to do me.
Interesting. Sophie says it's her birthday in June. On June the 14th, she will be 26. We shall make a note. Saluki says, cheers, it's good to be here. We're happy to have you here, Saluki. I hope I'm pronouncing your name properly. And Leela would like to know if we listen to K-pop. I don't listen to K-pop. What about you, Boaty?
No, I'm afraid not.
We're too old.
For those who don't know, K-pop is Korean pop music that is all the rage. I mean, you know, I know about Gangnam Style, but that's about it.
And Barry Squatter agrees. He's basically echoing what I said. You know, he's old and he's asking what K-pop is. Leela says it's Korean music. I'm from the UK, but it's really good. Peter P says, and now you're stuck here, Emma. Well, looks like it. And Barry Squatter would like you to know that this year his garden is growing wild.
Good for
Jimmy
you.
Quinn said, bit like my lady garden. No, it's not.
No, I'm a fan of rewilding. I am a fan of rewilding. So good for you. Good
for nature, yeah. Jimmy Quinn says, very funny stream tonight, Emma and Boaty. Thank you, Jimmy.
Thank you.
And Barry says that I am trapped in the vortex. And John Studley says, another great live, Boaty and Emma. Thank you, John.
Thank you, John.
And Sophie says, another great live. And Barry Scotty says, oh, God, 70s porn talk. Tracy is laughing her anus off again. And Peter P says, an instant classic live. Barry Squatter would like to know, what are pubes even for? Why? Just why? I actually Googled that fairly recently, and I couldn't get a straight answer either. I think there's just theories, but no. What pubes are for? Theories? Well, there's like, you know, is it to keep it warm? Is it to keep protect reproductive organs? But even some of the things said no, you know, no one really knows why. No one really knows what they're for. They weren't very exciting theories, just, you know, common sense theories, I suppose. And Peter P suggests they're for catching crumbs.
Well, that does work. I mean, speaking as somebody who has eaten naked on more than one occasion, they do function well in that sense.
You don't want to get a crumb stuck under your foreskin. I bet that would come up in a massive irritation.
I would imagine so, yeah.
Ow. I haven't got a foreskin, but even I'm clenching at the thought of it.
I do have one, and I'm grateful for it. I'm glad I was not divested of it.
Tracy suggests, I don't know if this is, oh yeah, she says the medical version is that pubes are to protect the area and catch sweat, but there's no mention of crumbs.
Well, that's what
and
eyebrows are for, isn't it? To stop the sweat from going in your eyes.
And Mr. Stephen Parry from Port Sunlight in the Will,
the Leisure
Peninsula. He says, Boaty likes to know what colour your garden is downstairs, M11. What colour? Well, all right, okay. Sort of mid to dark brown, I guess. My natural hair colour is brown. Leela says, she's doing, I presume it's female, you're female. I'm doing a K-pop audition soon for JYP, which means I could be a trainee and make a debut. Wish me luck to pass the first round. Good luck, Leela. That sounds really interesting.
Good luck. That sounds amazing.
Yes. Let us know how you get on.
Yeah, totally. You'll monster it. I've got faith in you. I've got total faith in you.
Yeah, me too. Me too. And Sophie says, I'm off all. Good night. What a great live. Thanks, Sophie.
Thank you, Sophie. And, much love to you and Neil.
The very nice man.
The very, very nice man.
Free Agent 7007. I don't know if you've heard of this person before.
No.
They say, what's this? Big TV?
Well, it could be.
Saluki says, haha, the wholesome garden talk sending the comments into pubes frenzy. It does get a bit like that round here, Saluki.
Yeah, that's and the problem, isn't it? We have a nice, wholesome subject and somebody drags it down into the underpants region.
Yeah, but we wouldn't want it any other way, would we? Really, we wouldn't. Especially at this time of night. I mean, if we were still sitting here discussing personal insecurities, I think people would have dropped off long ago.
I forgot about that.
And yeah, that was about 7 hours ago now, wasn't it?
Yeah.
Barry Squatter thinks you've got a good theory regarding the pubes, perhaps. Barry Squatter says I could do a quick garden update on my channel, I guess, on his channel.
Why not? People like gardens.
Leela wants your pardon.
I never promised
you a lady garden. I'm chuffed with that because it was me that first.
I love this name. We've got a great name. Leela says, if I debuted, would you guys listen to my music? And yes, I absolutely would. But following that is a comment from somebody called Crispy Bullsack. And what a great name that is.
He obviously has been dropping stuff on his pubes if it's gone all crispy.
Crispy Bullsack.
I can't see that comment. Is it hidden? I can't see that comment.
I can still see it.
Don't know why I can't. But yes, but I just want to reply to...
What happened to his face? And age. Age is what happened to my face, Mr. Ballsack, or may I call you Crispy? This is what a face looks like when it gets really, really old. Sad,
I'm sorry, Boaty. I don't think that somebody who's admitting to have a crispy ballsack is in any position to be commenting on somebody's appearance when they just admitted that their ballsack is crispy. I bet Boaty's ballsack isn't crispy.
His face might be absolutely gorgeous, though. He might have an amazing face, and his ballsack is going to be tucked away in his underwear. Nobody's going to have to suffer that.
Yeah, but as a lady, though, you get attracted to the face. You think, wow, I'm in here chatting all night, get home, the kit comes off, and then it's, oh, shit, it's a crispy ballsack. Like nobody wants to get their chops around a crispy ballsack. Want it to be nice, soft and moist.
Right, so imagine the scenario. You've met this guy in a pub or whatever. You've got on, you've had a little drink, you've had a bit of a snog outside the pub, and you've taken him back to your place, right?
Yep.
You've unwrapped him, and there's a crispy ballsack. Now, you're both unwrapped. you're both aroused, are you going to say, I'm sorry, you have a crispy ball sack, put your clothes back on and leave? Or are you just going to say, well, I'll make the best of it?
Well, I would think that a crispy ball sack would probably give me some really rough chafing and sore patches on my thighs or on my face. So I would potentially think twice. I would want to know why it was crispy. Is it from some hideous STD? Is it overuse? Is it overheating? Has it been in the sun too long? You know, I'd want to know why it's crispy. I wouldn't think, oh, we'll just overlook this issue and get on with it. I would be sitting there open mouthed and not for the right reason.
I mean, you could hose him down, see if that helped.
To be honest, if we're, you know, going back to a past relationship, the wizard, he often had a crispy ball sack and it was very off-putting.
How did you deal with that?
Oh, I was 16, so I you know, I didn't have such high standards then. So I let him get on. I let him get on with it. But you know, like when you're getting down to it and you put your hand down there and you're having a feel around, if you know, it wouldn't be very pleasant if I put my hand down there and it was crispy. I would be gritting my teeth slightly. I would, you know, I don't want to be peeling off the rough skin with my teeth, you know.
Oh, dear
Crispy
me.
ball sack. Sort your ball sack out before you start, you know, thinking about other people's facial appearances. Because, you know, I know whatever someone looks like, as long as their ball sack is soft. I bet Boaty's ball sack is lovely and soft.
Oh, it's absolutely, it's a delight. It's an absolute.
Not a single crispy patch inside.
Not a crispy patch inside. And do you know the best thing about my ball sack? Right. The rest of my body might have degenerated in various ways, but I haven't got yet, thank God, touch wood, I don't suffer from the pendulous scrotum, which I'm told comes with age. I'm told that becomes a... Now, my grandfather had an enormously pendulous scrotum. I remember being fascinated with it when I was a child, and I've kind of lived in fear. When you're a man, you live in fear of two things that you're warned about. The first, grey pubic hair. I am 53 years old and not a grey pubic hair to be seen. Still absolutely fine and dandy. And the other thing is the pendulous scrotum. And I don't suffer from that either yet. I mean, I'll probably wake up with one tomorrow, knowing my luck. But my scrotum is a thing of enormous delight, if I'm honest. I'm still rather proud of it. I often wake up in the morning having, you know, that period when you first wake up and you're not sure who you are, where you are, what day it is, what time it is, what's going on. But you find that you're unknowingly and subconsciously fondling your scrotum, a bit of gentle cuppage. And there's great comfort to be had from that. And I love that. That is probably the time of day when I'm most in tune with the universe. When my eyes open and I realize that God has blessed me with another day and another load of potential for joy. And I'm gently cupping my lovely scrotum and thinking, well, the rest of me might have fallen apart, but this is still just sublime.
I think you also are thanking God that he blessed you with an uncrispy ball sack at that moment as well.
Yeah. And it's always a pleasure to wake up and not find a nubile Chinese woman bouncing up and down on you.
Right. Well, let's catch up with some comments. I must say, though, apparently, if you don't wear underwear, that is more likely to make your balls pendulous.
Oh, really?
Yeah. If you're somebody who likes to go without underwear and just likes to let them swing free, I believe that makes them more pendulous.
No,
so
I've always gone for ultimate support in that region. I can't be doing with that.
Well, you're going to be all right then. Your balls are safe.
I've never worn boxer shorts. I hate the idea of that free swingage. I like everything to be properly tucked away in its place.
I'm the same actually with my chest. Even in bed, I have to wear a bra. I can't stand them flapping around all over the place. Which is why I believe I've still got an amazing pair. Because well, because a lot, you know.
Who do you love?
Well, you know what? I've had children, and everyone said to me, "Oh, once you have children, they'll be hanging around your knees. You know, if you've got a larger chest, once you have children, they'll be ruined." And I'm proud to be this age, and they still, you know, pretty good considering the size they are. And I do put it down to the fact that I only ever go braless when I'm having a wash or when I'm having sex. Other than that, I always have to have a bra on. Keep them all tucked away neatly. Anyway, back to the comments. Now I have shared that nugget of information with you. Right. Oh, Smelly Hole is back. My nemesis. Nemesis? Is that the right word? My enemy. And oh, sorry, I've missed a couple of comments. I got sidetracked by the Smelly Hole appearing. So yeah, Tracy says crispy ball sack is making me think of cornflakes. She says.
I thought of that.
And yes, Smelly Hole is saying crunchy nut cornflake. Hi, Smelly. Nice to well, I was going to say nice to put a name for a face, but that must be, you know, nice for you to put a face to a name, because I can't see your face. So lucky you. And I'm here with Boaty and you're not. Wild Boar Hex said, "Oh, Wild Boar Hex is here." Which says hi from Ross on Y while watching his midget porn. I can't speak anymore.
I'm so jealous. I'm jealous. I love Ross on Y. It's an amazing place.
And Matt Simmons says, "Good night. He has had to go and have a session at First Choice Leisure after the Dragonlight combo," which was a while back now. We've got a new face. DJ Palsy P says, "What is this stream? Geez, they must have come in at the crispy ball moment."
Yeah.
Hope you stuck around. Hit like if you like crispy balls. And or if you don't, hit like. Barry Scotter says, "Oh dear God." And Tracy says, "Palsy, hello." Oh, Tracy knows he's one of mine, guys. Welcome him into the folds. Okay, welcome. If you want to know what the stream is, Tracy's probably told you all about it anyway. Peter P says, "Didn't Emma review creams for that problem?" No, I should have. And Jimmy Quinn says, "King hell." And Andrew Buttergeek says, "Mr. Sack needs to purchase some of Mr. Boaty's Scroty Fresh. Moisturizes and leaves your sack smelling fresh." Yes. Merchandise.
Scroty Fresh. No, Scroty Fresh is a thing. I've been talking about it for more than a year. It's going to be on my list of merch with Mr. Boaty's Pottering Lube.
You should definitely have it on your merch. Yeah.
Yeah, we've got. Hang on, let me try and remember. There was Scroty Fresh for the chaps, and then there was Veggie Breeze for the lady chaps.
And Barry Squitter says, "My bollocks feel like they are down by my knees most days."
We all have days like that.
Saluki says, "The more handsome the face, the crispier the carriage. Them's the rules." Well, fair enough. That speaks in a voice of experience. Barry Squatter says, "They call me Grandfather Clock." DJ Palsy says, 53 G's was tall. DJ Palsy says, 53 G's demand a refund. And Tracy is loving crispy ball sack. Whatever floats your boat, Tracy. And where was I? Oh, yes. Barry Squatter says, "Wasn't it Paxman who was quoted for needing supportive underpants?" Mixed Onion says, "Is this Bungle from Rainbow?" Tracy's saying hello to Mixed Onions. Do you know Mixed Onions? Sorry, I've got a sidetrack there.
No. But I have got a question for you, M11. I take it you are familiar with Bungle.
From Rainbow, yes.
Yeah. Right. If Bungle turned to the dark side and pursued you with evil intent, could you outrun him?
No.
Oh.
I would be in a lot of trouble from Bungle's furry ballsack.
And I've got another question. How come Bungle was naked all of the time, apart from when he had a bath and then he wrapped a towel around his lower regions?
This is a very common question I've seen all over the internet, and I did wonder if you were going to ask that question.
Oh,
I don't know the answer to that.
Wonder no more.
I didn't. But I don't know the answer to that. I'm not actually, close to Bungle. So why are these Bungle questions being directed at me, I wonder?
I don't know, but Bungle's a cool thing, isn't it?
Oh, yeah. I used to like Bungle when I was a child. I quite like Zippy as well.
Do you know who I would like to see more of? Who I would like to see come back?
What, Jane and Freddie?
Mr. Blobby.
Really? Oh.
Yeah, Mr. Blobby.
Blobby, Blobby, Blobby!
Yeah, Blobby was brilliant. I would love Blobby to come back. I would love Blobby to launch a YouTube channel and come to lunch with me. I'd love to have Mustard and Boaty do lunch with Mr. Blobby.
In the caravan.
Yeah, that would be brilliant. That would be the best day of my life.
Andrew Buttergeek suggests that now Boaty is going to go commando. I don't think so. Not now that I've said that it causes you to have pendulous balls.
Yeah, exactly.
Barry Scotter says, I wear boxers. I sat on myself once.
Yeah, that's exactly the kind of thing that can happen. Exactly.
And Saluki says, I've been here for a solid 30 minutes and now know the entirety of Boaty's testicular history. Big fan of this channel. I love the way that there's new people coming in and being hooked by your testicles.
I knew they'd go to bat for me at some point. I knew they'd, 53 years of looking after the bastards. It's about time they started to repay me.
All that moisturizing to stop them getting crispy.
Yeah, exactly.
Tracy is laughing her anus off at this. And girlfriend from Liverpool is here. She says, hi, Boaty.
Hello, girlfriend from Liverpool.
How are your tracksuit bottoms? And Tracy says, mixed onions is from Mustard Stream. Barry Scotter says, Jeremy Paxman and M&S Saga. Okay. Andrew's saying hello to a girlfriend from Liverpool. Barry Scotter says, imagine if Bungle got spiked with Viagra on set. Fur hides a lot. That's true. We don't know what was actually going on there in amongst all that fur, or how many crumbs were hidden there, or how crispy it was.
Imagine if Bungle's thought, isn't it?
If Bungle's balls were crispy, it would be because it's like the matted fur. It would be all like stuck together, wouldn't it? I bet they are very crispy. I bet if he has a little bit of a naughty dribble, it dries. If he looks at Jane and it starts to come out during the show, and he can't, wipe it off. He hasn't got his willy wiping cloth.
Right, this live stream is now officially out of control. I disassociate myself from this live stream.
It's going to go on.
My co-host starts talking about Bungle having a naughty dribble. I need to disassociate myself from this. Bloody hell.
Anyway, let me finish. Don't interrupt. So yeah, he's not going to be able to wipe it off. It's bound to go crispy. So that's the point I was making. Anyway, let's get it back to some nice, clean fun and talk about flower arranging.
Actually, it's probably about time that we buggered off. We are 42 minutes past the point where we should have let everybody go about their lawful business.
You just want to cut me off before I get worse, though, before my behaviour escalates any further.
To be honest, I just want to go and eat curry and go to sleep at this point.
Where were we? Right, Smelly Hole says, I will get you your girl from Liverpool. I want a camping threesome with Boaty and M11. And John Stubby says, we won't mention the side shuffle and ram, Emma.
Yeah,
Barry
let's not
Scotty says,
mention that.
Barry Scotty says, oh God, fairy bollocks. I had to groom my poodle on a monthly basis. You know the struggle. I've had dogs. It is an issue. It is an issue. And Jimmy Quinn says, Bungle suggests that Bungle might actually have a fanny. Barry Squatter says, Jimmy, do you reckon? And Tracy says it's been hilarious. Barry Squatter says, no, keep going. He's loving the crispy, furry scrotum of Bungle off Rainbow talk.
I'm sorry, I've just read Bungle is a lady boy. I can't cope with that.
I haven't got that. I haven't got that on my screen. You're getting comments I haven't got. Is it a hidden one?
Oh dear.
Tracy says it's properly great, and Andrew Buttergeek says keep going. I'm not going anywhere. Barry Scrotter says it's always better after 12. Peter P says Bungle's hidden berries, and Barry Scrotter says on slip with those scissors. It's truly nerve-wracking. Yeah, when you're trying to trim around your dog's anus, and you get the scissors out. So we have, according to my screen, we have actually reached the end of the comments for the evening.
Yeah, and on that note, let's all say our good nights, everybody, and let's bugger off and try and recover as best as we can from this.
I'm so sorry what I've done to your channel, Boaty. Will you forgive me?
Well, you've improved it. I mean, I don't know.
Really? By talking about Bungle's crispy furry ball sack?
Oh God Almighty!
I'm so sorry.
The only problem with this is I've got to try and follow this tomorrow night on my own. How the hell am I supposed to do that?
Oh well, that's your problem.
True. So,
how many likes have you got?
54.
Wow! Yay!
And that is a record. And I strongly suspect that when I get to see the views, that will be a record too. So, right. So at that point, I think I need to say thank you so much to everybody who has endured the last 2 hours and 2 3/4 hours. Thank you everybody so much, and a massive thank you to Matron for being matron and staying up late and doing a wonderful matronly job from her sanatorium at Boaty's World HQ. And the biggest thanks of all, thank you to
Super Chat.
Yeah, the super chat givers, and also Jimmy Quinn. So thank you, Jimmy Quinn. Thank you, Neil, and thank you. Oh yeah, of course, Carl. Thank you so much, Carl. Really appreciate it. You've got no idea how much that helps, the difference that it makes. If any of you have liked this live stream, thank you for that. If any of you have subscribed, wonderful. Thank you so much for that. And the biggest thanks of all go to my co-host, the amazing M11. Thank you so much.
You're very welcome.
Oh, good. Say something else.
Well, thank you everybody for watching. I don't know what the hell I'm doing here, but yeah, thank you for accepting me. Those of you who do, if hopefully it hasn't been too torturous. And if Boaty hasn't been put off, I'll see you next Monday for more shenanigans of a similar nature.
But you will be around in the comments in some of the other live streams, won't you?
Yes, yeah, oh yes. I'm as much as possible. I'll be in the comments unless I'm exhausted or there's some kind of drama going down. So yeah, I'll be hanging around Emma Lemon in the comments. So yeah, watching other shows for the rest of the week.
Yeah.
So I'll see you there.
You will see, we will do this, me and the M11 and Matron. We will all be back here next Monday, same time, 10 o'clock. In the meantime, I will be back tomorrow night at 11 o'clock. Oh dear, Weinberg. Held that off for a while, didn't I? I will be back at 11 o'clock tomorrow night, but it will just be me, but the M11 and all of the amazing community and possibly Matron will all be in the comments. So I think that's it, isn't it?
I think so, yes.
Shall we play them out with a bit of Brucey?
Yes, I think we should. Because it's been a fun evening. Well, I've had fun. I've had fun anyway, so.
I've had fun. I've loved
We can have a little boogie. We can have a little dance.
Bear with, I've just got to turn my portable electric device back on.
We've lost you, Boaty.
Have you?
I lost you briefly. You're back now.
Oh, okay. Maybe it's because I turned this phone on. Here we go. Right. It's catching up with all of the pings now. I've turned it back on. Here we go.
Chin up, chin up. Everybody loves a happy face. Wear it, share it. It's brighten up the darkest place. Twinkle, sparkle, little sunshine in. You'll be on the right side, looking at the bright side. Up with your chinny chin chin. Chin up, chin up. Put a little laughter in your eyes. Breathe it, save it, even though you're feeling otherwise. Right. Wise up, let a little smile begin. You'll be happy-hearted once you get it started. Up with your chinny chin chin. Now come on, everybody, chins up. I said chins there. Yes, yes, I can see you've got a problem. Yes, I know, love, yes. Double trouble, yes. I wasn't being sarcastic. How can I be sarcastic with the chin I've got? Look at it, 2.5 hours to wait to skin a boat. I'm not the president of the Pelican Club for nothing, you know. But if I can lift this, you can lift yours too. All right then? Stick it in the air and wave it about. Oh, chin up, chin up. Everybody loves a happy face. Wear it, share it. It's brighten up the darkest place. Twinkle, sparkle, let the sunshine in. You'll be on the right side, looking at the bright side. Up with a chinny chin chin. Chin down, chin down. Round, starting cloudy things. Sag your trouble, double swing. Glad they burst like bubbles. Chin up, chin up. Every little time your spirits will chin up, chin up. Gratitude and twinkle, sparkle. Little fun begin. You'll be on the right side, looking at the bright side. Up with your chinny chin chin. You'll be on the right side, looking at the right side. Keep your chinny chin up.
Darlings. Thank you all so much for your coming here tonight. I wish you all a safe and peaceful night. And have the best day that you possibly can tomorrow, and take every little bit of joy from it that you can. Thank you for joining us. Thank you for everything. Join the M11 and myself again next Monday. We'll do it all over again. And I will be back on my own some tomorrow night at 11 o'clock. It's been hilarious. Thank you so much. Much love from us both. And we will see you next time, won't we?
We definitely will. Hopefully. Come back.
And on that note, Pachu and indeed, bosh.
Bosh.